gives you up to 12 hours of body pain relief. So don't let pain hold you back. Try Aleve today. Use as directed.
You ever notice the first 4 letters in the word paint are pain? Because you're doing it yourself. And it's a pain. The prep, the taping, the mess, the ladders, the I'll finish it this weekend that never happens. So take the pain out of paint and call We Paint Everything today. Interior, exterior, cabinets, ceilings, even repairs before they paint. These are the pros who make your home look amazing without you lifting a finger. Don't live with the pain. Let We Paint Everything handle it. Call Raphael at 407-657-2000 or online at WePaintEverything.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. This summer, we're turning up the heat on other dealers with all-in pricing online at greenwaykias.com. The price you see is the price you pay. No games, no surprise fees, just easy upfront pricing. Plus, get rates as low as 0% APR on select new Kias and a helpful finance team working to get you approved even if your credit isn't perfect. It's the Summer Sticker Sales Event. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see it in a Greenway Kia.
With approved credit, offer expires 7/5/26.
Hi, this is Mike Lester with Talon Wealth and the Guarding Your Nest Egg radio show, and I have another investment idea for those seeking great returns with limited risk. Recently, we did a structured note for our clients, paying them 18.75% per year for 4 years, and it was great for clients seeking income or growth and principal protection. The note was based on the S&P, gold, and silver, and our clients won't lose principal as long as none of the ETFs are down more than 40% 4 years from when we place the trade, and the bank guaranteeing them doesn't default. This isn't an offer because we already traded this note, and structured notes aren't for everyone. But if you would like to know more about how structured notes work and what we currently have available, call us at 916-888-4000, 916-888-4000, if you'd like to learn more.
Advisory services offered through Talent Private Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The opinions voiced and information provided in this material are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual.
Think you're not the suing type? But you aren't at fault. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't choose this accident, the bills, or the damage. Don't cover for someone else's mistake. Just call Mo. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Russ Rollins here. June is Men's Health Awareness Month, and did you know heart disease is still the #1 killer when it comes to men and heart? I'm telling you, we see it all the time. It is amazing to me. So many listeners have gone to Life Imaging FLA, gotten that free heart scan, and found out that they had blockage in their heart, in the widowmaker part of their heart, gone to the doctor, and it saved their lives. Early detection saves lives. And during this time where, Father's Day is around the corner, do your family a favor. Go get your heart checked. Give them peace of mind, and you also give yourself peace of mind to know that you're okay or you need to have it taken care of. Life Imaging FLA can do that for you. Give them a call. You pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keywords free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. There's a few minimum requirements, but it is definitely worth doing. And when you're there, inquire about cancer screening. Getting that early detection is a game changer. It's Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keywords free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Please tell them that Russ Rollins and the Monster sent you.
Please be advised, you may want to stop eating the following foods immediately: broccoli, kale, blueberries, quinoa, spinach.
I thought those were good for me.
What's healthy for one person may cause inflammation for another. So how do you know what your body actually needs? That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple at-home gut health test that analyzes your real-time biology to give you personalized nutrition guidance and custom supplements.
Learn more at Viome.com/gut. V as in Victor, IOME.com/GUT. And use coupon code GUTHEALTH50 to save $50 off your purchase.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
Team France opened up World Cup play yesterday, beating Senegal 3-1 with history made during the match by superstar Kylian Mbappe.
Well, Mbappe has another one out of nowhere.
Mbappe scored twice, becoming France's all-time record goal scorer. Meanwhile, Team USA continues preparing for its next match in Seattle on Friday against Australia.
For live Fox coverage, search World Cup now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Now, your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Liberty. That's Liberty. Enter it now.
Someone's going to get offended.
It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy,
here's this.
The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on. The best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie starts now.
It is Wednesday, June 17th, 2026. Lots to get to today. From This Has Gone Too Far to massive storms form in the Gulf and across America, and inside the court documents for the UFC terror plot. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. C-Lane is here.
Hello.
Josh is with us.
Hey.
And so are you. You can join us with a dispatch. Go over to newsjunkie.com and record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Wednesday?
Good.
Fine.
I'm fine.
Why are you just fine? Of all the people in the world, of all the people on planet Earth, Josh, what's going on? What's happening in your world?
Heard,
but
Jelly Roll's getting a divorce.
Oh, and that's really hitting you hard, is it?
Is it? Yeah.
Does that make you think that if love can't work for Jelly Roll and what's her name, then, you know, despite yesterday being your wife's birthday, that perhaps your love could fall apart too, and that's why it's hitting you?
It troubles me.
I don't think you need to worry. No, you guys look great in the photo that I saw yesterday. It, looked like things are going really well over there in paradise. All right, let's start as we always do. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happened to this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to, you knew it was going to happen, folks, the tennis court, everybody.
Did not know that would happen.
You knew it. You knew it here on the show. There's even a song about it. There's like every time I do a tennis story, it's like back on the court. There's a whole thing that people get into on the show. There is a new tennis player. I'll be honest. I don't know if he's new. He's new to me. All right. You guys might know him. You might be familiar with him.
Johnny McEnroe.
It's not
Roger
John
Federer.
No, it's not either one of those guys. No, it's somebody that I haven't seen before. And I already think he's the greatest tennis player to ever live. It's already, he's the GOAT. There's nobody else better. And it's solely based on this courtside interview that just went down that's going viral today. Let's tune in to the tennis court.
142 mile an hour second serve. How tough is it to return that?
That's so frustrating. You know, when I had the match point, I was on the second serve. Okay, you aim in the middle. Whatever you do, you just put the ball in the court, and then he hates me 142. I was like, I would have to serve, and I would have to.
No F-bombs, please. Oh, no.
No. What in the Miss Doubtfire did she channel right there? She asked him the question, is it hard to hit a 150 mile an hour serve or whatever she's asking? They always ask the most obvious question. Of course it's hard. It's professional tennis. There's like 15 people on the planet who can stand there with a racket in their hand like a goon and hit the ball back. And she goes, is it hard to do? And this guy says, I was like, F. He drops an F-bomb. And then she tries to get him to stop.
At the match point, I was on the second serve. Okay, you aim in the middle. Whatever you do, you just put the ball in the court, and then he hates me 142. I was like, I would have to serve, and I would have to.
No F-bombs, please. Oh, no.
No.
It took her a while to
Right,
register
Corentin,
that.
I'm going to ask you one more.
The crowd was like, ooh, he just said the F word. All right, okay.
Question. Apologies, everyone, for the language there. I'm going to ask you one more question, so please keep it clean, okay?
All right, so one more question from her. Please keep it clean. I've warned you here, basically. Do not do it again. This is televised, for God's sake, all right? Make sure you keep it. There's kids out there. Let's see what he said.
Your first victory. Okay. Corentin, we need to improve that for the next round. Apologies, everyone. Corentin Moutet.
Corentin Moutet. All right. I like him. Do I know about his backhand or his serve or what?
Did you understand a single thing he was talking about when he wasn't saying the F word?
No, I probably could have kept the F word uncensored if I'm honest with you. It's like, is it coming in? It was saying serve. No idea what he was saying, but it was exciting and I had a good time. And people like cursing now more than ever. It really is popping off out there in the big world. Thanks for being with us here on a Wednesday. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a wild ride. A lot of you are in trouble weather-wise. I hate to say it, but it just looks like a nasty one out there. Even our friend Freddie from Germany, who's just enjoying the United States of America for the World Cup. Freddie's out there and he's like, oh, there's a tropical storm coming on shore. He's getting the whole American experience, this guy. He's going to Mardi Gras. Well, at least he's going to Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to NASA. Did you see yesterday the World Cup fan from Germany who's gone viral?
Has he gone to any World Cup games?
Why bother?
What if that's the great scam? He's like, I didn't even have tickets to a World Cup game. I came over here and I couldn't afford them. And I was like, let's see what happens. Yesterday, he goes to NASA. And they let him do something that C-Lane would have creamed his pants.
Okay, buddy, dude,
if they would have given you this opportunity, you would have been a pool of drizzle on the floor if they would have given this to you. First, they let him.
That's a long time for drizzle to happen if you're a pool forming a pool.
You know that the green reflecting pool thing? One of those underneath C-Lane, like a snail trail from the excitement of the technology burst.
What side of the bed did you wake up on that made you so gross today?
The tech-gasm that this guy would have would be felt across the United States worse than that Florida earthquake. That maybe was what that was. And here's what happened. So the NASA peeps say, come on over, Freddie, the German World Cup tourist. Come hang out with us. I think I have this here. Hold on, I can bring this up. The NASA peeps say, come on over. We want you to go inside the Orion capsule that just flew around the moon. All right? Step inside.
This guy struck gold.
He did, right? Yeah, come on over to America here. Come inside the capsule that just got back from the moon. Can I make a quick statement on this whole World Cup front? Can we Americans get this treatment too? Is it possible? Well, I thought we were America first in it over here.
I mean, I have been into some pretty cool, unauthorized spots at Kennedy Space Center before, but not inside a capsule.
I mean, that is a thing here. He goes inside the Orion capsule that just went around the moon that we all watched. Hold on. I think the stupid Twitter video, all of these Twitter videos are garbage. Don't irritate me today, Twitter. I'm going to try it one more time.
Elon. What did I tell you? Yeah. What did I tell you before the show?
See, I'm having the reverse of a tech-gasm. What's a backwards tech-gasm?
Tech blue balls.
I'm having some tech blue balls. It's probably just the internet. It is. Yeah, because Twitter has been garbage today. Anyway, so he goes in with Annie McClain, the astronaut. He gets a tour from an astronaut and goes inside the space capsule, which is something even us Americans don't get to do, just for the record. I would love to do this. I would go bananas for this. That's what he gets. All right, I've got it playing again. So he goes in, tours the whole capsule. Americans would like this experience too. They show him, here's where we were. Here's where the bathroom is. Here's where all of this stuff. That's not even the tech-gasm part.
Pilot and commander. And then Jeremy and Christina sat here, so our two mission specialists.
Oh, Jeremy and Christina?
Yeah, can I smell Christina's feet?
If you want to come on in. But this is what they lived in for 10 days.
This is so small.
Yeah.
Just sitting the whole time? Or?
No. This is for launch, and then once they get on orbit, they take these parts of the.
So very cool, right? They say, isn't this amazing, Freddie, World Cup tourists that we're showing America and showing you all our cool stuff. Much like, if you have a friend over for the first time and you're like, wait till you see all my cool toys. Like America's doing that with the world right now.
Folds into the wall when you have people over.
Josh, then they go, let's rock Freddie's World. Let's top all the stuff. Let's do it. Let's do the thing that would give Sealam the ultimate tech-gasm. They FaceTime with the space station live.
Ooh, okay.
They pull out his phone and they go, bloop, 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 and they dial up a live FaceTime in the International Space Station. And he says, honestly, I had no idea you could just FaceTime the ISS. And he's just chilling, just FaceTiming with the floating around astronauts in space. Are you kidding me? Oh, my God.
Look at the first comment up next on Freddie's list, and it's the one of the dudes driving around the moon rover.
I mean, might as well. He's so close to all of this stuff. What a time to be alive if you're a tourist in the United States of America. The rest of us, we get nothing. It's like the Willy Wonka moment. You get nothing. That's it. Your tour is over. For us, we do have to be careful, though. Tropical Storm Arthur is forming out there in the Gulf. Advisory 5 is in. Tropical Storm Arthur develops near the middle Texas coast for our Texas friends out there. Life-threatening flooding expected across portions of the southeastern United States from this. This is on the back of all the bad storms yesterday all over the country. I mean, there were a lot of different areas, especially in the Midwest, where there were some really bad storms that formed yesterday. And even in the Southeast, almost wherever you're listening or watching from today, we're going to get some pretty rough weather across a lot of the country. So be safe out there when you're driving around, all of that good stuff, all the warnings that you could possibly give. And I will say you can join us with dispatches as always. Never do one this early, but the guy we talked about yesterday who brought his 2 little daughters, they were very young, maybe 4 and 5 or something like that, brought them into the ladies' room. And ironically enough, he was trying to avoid a creepy man in the men's room with his 2 young daughters as they went to the bathroom. And he got a creepy man in the women's room as he went in there with his 2 young daughters. And somebody has a dissent. They disagree. They think I'm not only wrong, so wrong. Let's listen.
You are so wrong when it comes to the bathroom issue. If you've got a working penis, you go in the boys' room. If you got a vagina, you go in the girls' room. Real simple.
Kindergarten cop over here.
As, until you get the actual change in the body part, you go to, if you're going to piss standing up, you go to a men's room. Real simple. I don't care what you can call this. You could dress in a wig, whatever you want. Until if you got a working penis, you go in the men's room. End of it.
Can I just say, what the hell are you talking about? What?
No, a working penis.
Yeah, he did specify working more than once.
I don't care if you have a wig. What
What
are you talking about? Do you know, did you just hear bathroom drama and think this was some trans culture war issue?
Which is weird because he seemed to be accepting of somebody who was post-op. He's like, well, if you had the surgery, then you could switch bathrooms. I did not expect that part of it.
Lee wrote on YouTube, says, does this guy actually listen to the story? I told you guys, I like to share these kind of things with you here because so many people get angry or disagree with me or something, and then I'll go, okay, what do you disagree on? And either they can't verbalize what I'm wrong about or what I've got wrong that made them mad, or if they can verbalize it, it's something that what the hell are you talking about? This was about, just in case you missed yesterday's show, this was about a dad who brought his 2 young girls into the women's room so that the young girls can use the restroom. And the person who was offended by it was some guy who said, my wife can't get in here, because this guy thought the dad was going to do God knows what to his old ass wife inside the restroom. I mean, as an example, just an example of what happens. This is the kind of stuff that pops in my inbox, and people will be like, hey, you got a dress on. What are you? Sir, I want to follow up. All right, FJC, what are you talking about is my question. And where did you get this from? And what gives you the right? Those are my questions that I toss to you, friend. Quick break. When we come back, we'll kick things off full speed. We need to talk. It's gone too far. The whole thing has gone too far. It's gotten a little too dramatic, and it's time this be addressed. And we'll get into that because it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Robots don't spiral at 3 a.m. staring into the void.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Over here, we talk during those commercial breaks. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Twitch. Hello, TNJ chat. I'll tell you, I don't care if you got a wig or a dress on. You go into the right bathroom for your genitals if you have a working penis.
This report is sponsored by
The girls have... I'm not going to talk about what they have, but the girls were in the proper restroom. The hell are you talking about? Hey, crazy drunk cat lady. Hey, Mark. Hey, Zach. Hey, R. Willie. Hey, X Swimmer. Hey, Meep. Hey, Cat BH. Guy sounds like he's 200. I swear, what I think is the genesis for this stuff is somebody just hears a little peep. And it would be like if I was talking and I'd be like, man, all of this is really cool. All of this stuff that's going on with the World Cup is really cool. Israel, why are you talking about Israel? Palestine is under attack. It's a genocide. You go, what? Bro, why is your blood pressure so high? I'm fighting for a dad to be able to have a normal experience with his little daughters. He sounded like he was in the bathroom leaving that dispatch. True. Hope it was the correct room. Morning, Sean. You look great. Have you been ball maxing? Little tidbit for you. I locked in an interview. This is one of the more weird things that we have talked about here. Hold on. I have to start with this. For those of you who are unaware, there are many forms of maxing these days. It started in the incel community on a couple of main websites online. Personalities like Clavicular, who have gone viral, have made things like looks maxing into sort of internet language and lingo that people start to use. In comes ball maxing. All right? Ball maxing is the effort taken on by many guys to make their berries as large as they possibly can. They pass around different tips and tricks to make the berries really like just humongous. They max them. Sometimes they smooth them, like picture hitting it with an iron, and it, like, on an ironing board, and then it's just flat, like elephant skin. They do all of these things and they call it ball maxing. So let me get back to my point. I lined up an interview with the premier ball maxing expert doctor in the United States of America. And this man has done a couple of interviews about the art of ball maxing. And I lined up the interview, and then he checked out the show, and he said, I can't be seen on this show. It's too controversial. The ball maxing expert turned us down. He said, I can't be seen on this show. It's too controversial. And the man works in the world of ball maxing. I will not say. I will not say anymore. Meep, what is that? Is that AI, Meep, on TNJ chat? More controversial than what he's doing? Well, that's what I thought. I'm like, sir, you were the ball maxer. I was on the edge about having you onto the show, thinking it was a little too much in like the bathroom humor sexual world, but I thought maybe we could make something interesting out of it. He was like, I'll do it. It's a big opportunity, but then he said, I can't do it. Can't do it. Is he a doctor or a doctor? No, I think he's like a legit doctor. He's a ball maxer. That's what he does. That's what he's up to. Mr. Predicto, are we going to have a good show today on this lovely Wednesday? With all your wisdom, predict, will our show be good?
Yes.
All right. Simple, to the point, positive. I like it. 90 seconds and we're back live. As always on the show, if there's a story that you think I'm missing out on, that you want to take on, that you want to hear covered, you can always email tips@thenewsjunkie.com. I watch the email throughout the show. If you want to be anonymous, put that in the email. Otherwise, join us just like the guy upset about the bathroom thing. Join us by recording a video or audio dispatch to be on the show yourself. Godspeed, friends. He didn't want to radio max his ball maxing career? True. We're going to have a ball? I hope so. All right, here we go.
Eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
The biggest FIFA World Cup ever has started.
The most goals the United States have ever scored in a World Cup game.
The only place to hear the action for free is iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026
live. Lock in your preset now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Just search World Cup.
Don't miss Team USA's next match Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern against Australia.
The world is listening. Are you?
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Now, your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Liberty. That's Liberty. Enter it now.
Radio.
Because you're never too old to learn something stupid. This is the News Junkie.
Ditch the same 3 songs over and over and hang out with us in the world's most viral newsroom. Let's have some fun. Explore over at thenewsjunkie.com. That's it. This has gone too far. They're out of control, and it's time to address this. I have to talk about the Scottish people again. All right, I know before I talked about the invasion of the Scottish people for the World Cup. C-Lane and Josh defended them vigorously. They said very untrue things, folks, like bagpipes are cool and they're actually an instrument.
Yes.
And leave the Scottish people alone, Sean. They're having a good time.
They're having a great time.
Yeah. Now we look at what has happened as a result of letting this all occur.
This is fantastic.
There is a beer shortage that is now taking hold in Boston. People are going into the bars, and the bars are saying, the Scottish people were here. We literally don't have any beer left.
This sounds like an episode of South Park.
Yeah. The Scots have arrived. And
I thought this is America. I could come and drink a beer. Well, the Scottish people came and drank it all.
The Scottish people have drank so much of the beer that they have drank the bars in Boston out of alcohol. I thought we drank in America, especially some states. You know, like some states you look at them and you're like, all right, Utah, you're not doing as much drinking as the rest of us on account of the Mormons.
Well, that's what makes this like really impressive because Boston is known for beer.
They are, yeah. Sam Adams, right?
Yes.
Boston, you know. And the Scottish soccer fans drank all of the beer in Boston, apparently. Here's NBC5.
Boston are noticing that their favorite beer is suddenly harder to find, and some blame it on the World Cup. Brianna Borghi reports how they're trying to keep up.
Come on, Borghi. What do you got?
If your favorite beer is missing from a tap,
we've never seen anything like it.
There's a decent chance Scotland had something to do with it.
This is like...
We're just blaming the whole country now.
There's some Scottish people back home in Glasgow.
Hey.
Wait, what did I do? What did I do here? You could blame Scotland. There is no more beer in Boston. There's some guy who worked all day long or some gal who put in all the hours and she or he says, I want to treat myself to a drink after work, and they can't.
Sorry, all I can do is Zima.
Yeah, there's a couple of Mike's Hard Lemonades left on ice. The only thing the Scots left behind. Because there's a beer shortage now as a result of these people.
They like a lager or a light lager, and we got two really good ones for them.
Sam Adams downtown ran out of their signature Boston lager over the weekend and needed an emergency delivery to keep up.
Yes, the whole. By the way, I love when they go, they needed an emergency delivery. Like, is there a button that rings a bell and people go down a rope like at a fire department and, you know, we've got a beer emergency.
A klaxon that plays.
Yeah. And they haul ass because they go, what happened? Never happened before. We have run out of beer in Boston. And they go, well, how do we run out of beer? Oh, the Scottish people are here. We knew it was going to happen. We were told that this was definitely, people predicted this. This was theorized and predicted. And now here we are. The beer shortage has arrived.
With World Cup fans, and they're not the only ones running dry.
The White Bull Tavern, there was no beer. The Scots fans just drunk the place dry, and all they had was like Bud Light. Pretty much.
Horrible endorsement.
Bud Light, hardest hit. Just taking strays over here. He's like
we still got Bud Light, guys. No, we're moving to the next bar.
Have a whiskey.
They head across the street because they wouldn't dare drink the Bud Light. They want some other beer.
That's rude. I mean, you want to experience America.
Well, I guess it's not American enough. They don't want it. They said we'll go to the next spot.
Number one. White Bull Tavern may have run out of Scotland's iconic Tennent's beer, but that didn't stop the party.
The fans have been unbelievable. They're great. They're fun. They're drinking, partying, having a great time.
So you have a drinking kilt for obvious reasons, because I might get some spillage on it. You have a dress kilt, so you always have two kilts.
It's a guy, if you can't understand what he's saying because he's Scottish, he's saying you have a drinking kilt,
right,
and a dress kilt.
Sure.
Because obviously you're going to spill some of your beer on your drinking kilt. That's where some of the beer has gone.
Account for spillage.
Yeah, you got to account for the spillage. And then when you're ready to gussy it up for the World Cup, as they say, then you pop on your dress kilt. That's what you do. Let's see how this finishes up over at NBC.
Has also been hopping.
And we had our biggest week ever last week.
And it's the one place Scots can still find their Tennent's lager.
Managed to plan ahead and get an extra delivery last Saturday, and I was told yesterday the distributor has ran out also. He's getting his today, and the rest of the city's getting theirs tomorrow.
The distributor ran out of the popular Scottish beer. I've been to a couple of parties in my day where we bought a keg of beer. And there's few things more exciting at a party than when you're like,
the keg! We floated the keg!
We did it, everybody! And you're excited that you floated the keg. The Scots floated the city of Boston, the whole thing. The distributor's like, we've never been hit like this before. We don't know what to do. And here's the absolute best part. All of these cultures on display for the World Cup. Let's take some notes. We could learn a few things. The Japanese folks. Yes, indeed. I said it. You heard me say it. The folks from Japan.
Japan!
So one of the groups of people that We talked about on the show because they went to the World Cup and afterwards they got out some bags. They joined Jameis Winston for some reason and they cleaned up all the trash. They picked up all the trash. Now, 2,000 Scottish people that were drinking as much as we just heard, they all went to the park. They're drinking in the park. They're partying in the park. There's one guy hired by the city of Boston who shows up to clean this park after the thousands of Scots made their way through. Let's see what he says. Here he is after the event.
They deep, man, and they could drink, too. What? Are you kidding me, man? They must don't got no water over there in Scotland. After they're gone, I'm one person cleaning up after them, man, and it ain't that bad. They came, conducted themselves, man, with class, dignity, man, and they like our city. So I'm happy they came, man.
He said, I'm happy they came. They didn't even leave that much dirt.
They conducted themselves with class. I mean, I would expect a level of class out of somebody who has a drinking kilt and a formal kilt.
Yeah,
a formal kilt.
Yeah, if you're that level, you will pick up the trash that you leave behind. And I think that's great. Sea Witch on TNJ Chat over on chat.thenewsjunkie.com says, they found that slide in Boston and sent a guy in a kilt playing the bagpipes down. They did. That's so true. Can I find the original Boston cop slide? I want to know from some sort of mathematician or slide genius. We have a large audience, so perhaps there is, a slide genius out there too. But why can nobody recreate that video? Because they've done this. I'm seeing here, here's one of the things where the Scots go up there in their kilts and they take on this famous viral slide where the Boston cop came down at one time. But nobody ever in the history of ever has recreated it the way that the cop came down the viral slide. I don't know. I'm trying to find this here. Is this the original?
It has to be like the size of the police officer.
I think that might have been
a pretty
it.
big person.
Yeah. And now, unfortunately, I think I might only get the ones of people trying to copy this. Hold on, is this Jimmy Fallon talking about this? Let's see. Here he is.
You guys know the cop slide?
I sat on the bottom of the cop slide.
If you don't know, do you know the cop slide?
Here it is.
If you don't know it, it's a great video. It's went viral. Here's the cop slide.
The cop goes down the slide backwards and just, like a dead body careening down the slide. And it's this particular slide at this playground in Boston. No one knows why or how. Like, no one can recreate this. But the Scots are back there and they're doing it, I guess. I got to mute it just in case the Scots try to curse. People crawling up, scooting down. Oh, these are some ladies who have tried this out. I got to find the Scots because they tried it. I'm going to do cop slide bagpipe. They did try it with their bagpipes, and it is phenomenal. No one, though, can recreate the original. Here's one right
in my head seems louder.
Slide down with the bagpipes. And it's great. It's great, right? No, nobody can do it like that, cop. You got to be passed out or KO'd. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Well, hello to you Scottish folks who are out there and enjoying the United States of America.
Since Friday.
You've been drinking. You got your drinking kilts on. We respect you. We appreciate you. And maybe we can learn a thing or two from you. So keep sending those over to us, these dispatches, emails, and everything else you got over at tips@thenewsjunkie.com. In fact, speaking of dispatches, let's work in one of them. Here's somebody talking about the bathroom situation. This was the guy who brought his 2 young daughters into the bathroom, and the old guy went in there and yelled at him. A viral video this week that we talked about. Here's Bland.
Hey, News Junkies. So just set the 1-year-old baby girl at the door to the women's bathroom. And then, same thing. Baby boy, just set him at the door and kind of push him in. Because I assume his penis works, right? That's the whole the crux.
Yeah, I would guess so. She's responding to the FJC guy who was like, "You're wrong."
So wrong when it comes to the bathroom issue. If you got a working penis, you go in the boys' room. If you got a vagina, you go in the girls' room. Real simple.
Real simple.
Real simple.
I'm like, well, it's not real simple. It was a father with his 2 daughters. It was a father with his 2 little girls, and then somebody was harassing him. I said, that's not that weird to do that. That's not what people are worried about in the bathrooms, for God's sake. That's not what the fight was about. We'll see what you think, though. Send us a dispatch, an email, or anything else over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Okay. We can work in a couple emails, right? I gave you a nice little pause, Arena, there for weekend.
Uh-huh.
I did. And here we are.
For Friday.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, how could I forget? Friday we're off, national holiday and all that good stuff. You can get an extra show if you're a Secret Show subscriber, because there'll be a super duper edition Secret Show that we do tomorrow. Also tomorrow at some point, I don't know what point on the show, maybe the second hour or so, I'll make an announcement about all the final announcement about all the contract stuff, and I'll tell you what's going on and what's happening. We'll do that tomorrow on the show. Here's Michael emailing tips@thenewsjunkie.com. It says, a dad's take on daughters in the restroom. So I have 2 daughters, and they've been in this situation so many times. They are 8 and 4 years old. I've had issues multiple times with people coming at me about it. That's so crazy to me. I've even had arguments with family members that lean differently than me religiously, etc., because they say I'm wrong for doing it. I prefer to bring them into the women's room because they are the ones using the restroom, and every women's room has all locked stalls. The men's have urinals, etc., and the locked stalls makes it feel more safe. However, I've had adult women yelling at me as I try to kindly leave with my kids, to the point where my oldest now has a fear for it. It makes no sense. Growing up, my mom brought my brother into the girls' bathroom also. I'd obviously have my wife take them if we were together, but when I'm alone with them, that's what I do. But I get a lot of crap for it. I've had strangers ask to take them for me. Crazy. Sorry for the long take, but the way people act about it makes me mad when we're doing nothing wrong. Love you. Hate the suit, says Michael to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Another email coming in from Colonel Kartz says, I'm pretty sure you guys put me onto the mailbox money from a Real-ology TCPA violation class action lawsuit last year. Well, I just received $332 into my account yesterday. Not half bad for some mailbox money, says Kartz. Thank you for the email. Brandon emails the show. Brandon says, hello, Sean. I've been listening to the podcast in chat to earn TNJ Space Bucks. Yeah, you can listen on the website, you can listen in the app, or you can listen in chat with ! Podcast, no spaces. You'll launch a player that works with CarPlay and all that. And when you do it that way, you get points to use in TNJ chat. He says, I've listened to multiple episodes all the way through, but broken up into different sessions. My chat point total remained the same. And by doing something wrong, from my understanding, I have the latest iOS version of the app. Thanks, and keep up the work, says Brandon. Brandon, I've been so swamped with finishing the website and app and all that stuff that I haven't been watching as closely on chat. I will figure it out. I will test that today. We're at almost 100% on thenewsjunkie.com, the News Junkie Android and iOS. That's for your iPhone app. The TV apps that Sealand is making, where you can log in if you're a Secret Show subscriber and watch the show live or watch Secret Shows on your television. Those are available on Google for Google TV app users, and also Apple TV. In both those app stores, you can search for Secret Shows or the News Junkie and get that app if you're a subscriber to watch on your TV. All of that stuff is almost done, and I'll check that issue for you real quick after the show. When we come back, it was such a bad idea, it started tanking their stock. What was it? We need to investigate. I want to see what you think about it. I know this. It is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Movies where kids get hurt. It's something that I just can't watch.
I can't either, buddy.
Of course, you're a parent.
That Stanley Tucci movie?
The Lovely Bones.
Yeah,
oh,
my God.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Try reading the book.
And I'm going to tell you what, not just the regular book, the illustrated version. Horrible.
Well, I didn't know what to expect.
I mean,
I've never been able to see the movie.
Like the 5th time I saw it? Dude.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Skull Mike activated. tipsathenewsjunkie.com, a bonus for Skullmikers. This person says, that guy is showing his age. What a geezer. He missed the plot completely on the bathroom dispatch. True. I mean, I'm not going to hate on the old man. He Andy Rooney'd it a bit. But he didn't hear what I had to say. I think that is a problem. I think it's a problem. Like a lot of times in the United States, we're mad at each other, and we're kind of mad at each other for things that we think are happening that are not happening, or things that we think other people think, but they don't actually think that. Does that make sense? A lot of times we're mad at an idea of what we think is happening, or an idea of what we think other people think. He thought that I thought anybody should just be able to willy-nilly go into whatever bathroom they want. I said, no. I think women should go in the women's restroom, men should go in the men's restroom, but a father with 2 little daughters, the little girls can go into the room, and the father could be like, hey, I'm respectful, I'm here with my daughters, I'm trying to make sure they can use the restroom safely, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's not what he thought I said. Like, he wasn't angry about anything I actually said. He wasn't angry about an actual thing. This country has a serious problem with people refusing to mind their own effing business. True. That used to be a big thing when I was a kid, actually. Like, my mom would literally backhand me. Did you guys ever have this? Like, your mom or your dad would, like, backhand you if you got involved in somebody else's business, and your mom would literally say, mind your own business. Grab your earlobe or something. You're like, Mom, what are these people doing? Yeah, mind your own business. It's gone the way of shame. It's just wandered out of America. Yeah, worry about your damn self. True, true. Don't stare at people or talk about people. That's what people do. That's what people do. Just have a little class. Mind your own business. All right? It's easy. It's easy enough. Okay, Sean, honest question. Do midgets have the right to order from the kids menu and eat free if they are of the same size? I got Friday off, so I got that going for me. So I got Friday off, got one more day. Just trying to get through it, one step at a time. Tell you what, we're coming back. Forget that happened. We're coming back. We're coming back on the show. Coming back live. A business decision so bad it tanked the company's stock. Block them? Should we block them? Take a vote. No.
Seeing the world around you. Izervay or avacincaptad pegol is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
This report is sponsored by Quantum Fiber Internet.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Today is Mo Better with Josh Fowler. Courtesy of Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys. Radio 1041. Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the News Junkie.
Look at you. You look great today. And I'm glad you're here. You're in the right spot. This is your new home. Welcome into the world's most viral newsroom. Learn more over at thenewsjunkie.com. Josh is the youngest one on the show right now.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, but he is... let me try to guess his age. I should know this. I really should. All right. C-Lane is 39, I believe. Is that right, C-Lane?
That is correct.
All right, I got that one. C-Lane's 39. I think Josh is 32.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, all right, thank God. I was worried. I knew he cracked 30 because I remember when he was doing secret shows and he wasn't even 30 yet. And I'm like, this son of a bitch. Who the hell who's this guy think he is? Josh, bring your ute to the table here and tell me what you think about this. You like technology, right? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Well, Evan Spiegel, who I think is from the Snap company, showed off the new Snap glasses. C-Lane, can you give me the price on these? They're pretty expensive.
Didn't we do these before?
They did a version like this, an early version of
These
glasses
ones
where you could film Snap things.
These look worse than the first edition of the Snapchat glasses.
These are terrible,
They're
folks.
so dumb.
It looks like the response that somebody would say when you're wearing these AR glasses would be like, oh, you can barely tell. I can barely tell they're AI. Do you look like a man from 1970 who just got his first pair of sport glasses so he can see with his bad vision and play racquetball? Yes. Yes, you do. You look like that very specific thing. But these are...
It looks like he just got eye surgery and he has to wear something special to...
After LASIK?
Yeah.
Like when the LASIK company that sponsored me told me, oh, Sean, you could just get the LASIK procedure done and then just go right to do the show. It's easy peasy. And I said, sweet, let's do it. And then I guess they didn't know that I had to read news stories for the entirety of the day as my eyes were adjusting to a LASIK surgery.
I walked in, I was like, how you doing? He's like, I can't see a GD thing.
I had like these futuristic glasses on to block out all sun. I think I got a ride. I think I might have got a ride.
You got a ride.
I don't know. All right, so this guy from the Snap company, from Snapchat, they released the new round of these glasses. C-Lane, did you find out how much they cost?
Yes.
They're not cheap.
Yeah. $2,195.
What?
All right. The glasses are $2,195. They look terrible, especially compared to those Ray-Ban glasses that people wear that are smart. Those are not that bad looking, and they're not nearly as expensive as $2,000+. And the release of these was so bad that the stock tanked afterwards. Like it was so bad when they were like, oh, these are the glasses you're trying to sell? Oh,
Looking
sure.
Good. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Biggest lie of the day is this journalist saying, looking good.
Looking good.
You look quite good. Yeah, I can't even tell.
It looks like Beavis.
Looking good.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
He does look like Beavis. There's a
Check out
lot.
these
Yeah.
sick glasses I got.
There's a lot of Beavis in the look that he's giving. It was such a flop that it tanked the company's stock. I'll bring up the CNBC story on this real quick to get the details. But Snap unveils $2,195 augmented reality glasses as the CEO, Evan Spiegel, is betting on a future without smartphones. No smartphones. Everybody's going to be wearing big, clunky, stupid-looking glasses like this. They are $2,195 with a $200 refundable deposit. So you got to put a $200 deposit down on them like it's a Cybertruck or something. He says, almost 20 years since the launch of an iPhone, people are ready to think about computing differently. And he rocked these glasses. When he came out to announce them, the stock started plummeting. He said, Specs, that's what the name of them is, Specs, really represents a way to use computing together in shared experiences in the real world. It's a nascent market, but one already featuring more well-capitalized competitors. You got Reality Labs from Meta with their Ray-Ban glasses, et cetera, et cetera. These are the dumbest ones I've seen. Oh, do they display them here? Let me see.
Let's get out to Julia Borson. She is in Long Beach, California with the CEO of Snap, Evan Spiegel. Julia?
Come on, Julia.
Kelly, thanks so much. And Evan, thanks for joining us here today. You're wearing your new specs, which you just unveiled. They cost $2,000.
No, Josh, would you wear these?
No. I've got no reason to want to wear it. I don't even know exactly what they're supposed to do.
Me either, but they better do something amazing for how dumb these things look.
It does say augmented reality, so I would assume that you can see something in those lenses.
So you have like a HUD around you?
Yeah, so it's like when you used to put on the old big giant virtual reality goggles, and you're seeing the world, but you're seeing like some stuff layered on top of it. But just so you know, they look like they were made in the 1960s to look like future technology. That's what it looks like. It's not really that fantastic looking. It looks like a prototype.
$1,195. The stock's down more than 5%. How do you address investor concerns about the potential market for these?
Well, Julia, thanks so much for joining us here at AWE. It's been such an exciting day for the company.
They're showing the moment the glasses were announced, and the stock just plunges, just goes off a cliff. And this guy's like, I think it's a great idea. Maybe there weren't enough naysayers over at Snapchat to tell this guy, I don't think we should do the glasses thing.
You think about, like, they started that article and kind of pointed us in the direction of all these companies are wanting to get their hands on the next version of the iPhone, basically.
Yeah.
And not the next version of the phone itself, but the idea that a lot of our interactions with the internet and interactions with other people will be all kind of tied up into one device, and they want the new device, not the phone device. They want the glasses. But as far as that goes, like, we got the smartphones from phone companies, and we got the iPhone from Apple, who was making computers, who was making iPods, and the whole speech that Jobs gave was like, this is going to be a phone and an internet device and an iPod, and it's all in one. And it's like, well, that was a company we trusted for some of those things to do already, and they're getting in the phone market.
It made more sense, you're saying.
It made a lot of sense than saying Snapchat, the company that has tried this before, like the BBC article says, Snap unveils new spec smart glasses after previous disasters. Snapchat is trying again to get into the smart glasses market, and all we know of Snapchat, besides the previous failure, is the app that used to be the one that people sent the most peen pics because they would disappear. You know, the app that some of my younger family members are still using, but most of the other people have kind of parted ways with Snapchat because it's just not something that we do anymore.
Do you know, when I look at these glasses or anything else that we've seen so far, you guys remember the round when Google had the glasses that they popped out?
Oh, yeah.
People were wearing the Google glasses for like 5 seconds, and these are the future. And everybody's there. No, you look stupid. Smart glasses seem like we're still at the beginning of the montage. So, you know, when there's a movie and there's like a girl.
We need a couple shots of the calendar flipping month after month.
Yeah. Like there's a girl who's already very beautiful, but they put like glasses on her and a ponytail or something. And then, you know, she shakes it down, and then she has a scene where she's trying on all the different outfits. And it's like, nope.
I want to be a supermodel.
Yeah. Why would you even try that one? Nope. And then it's like, yes, now we're talking. That's the one you need to. You look amazing right now. We're too early in the montage. The Google glasses were the first phase in the montage, and everybody's like, no. The Snap glasses is still like, no, obviously, we're not doing it. Somebody's going to come out with a regular ass pair of glasses, and they're going to go, yeah, it has all the features that we're looking for in it. And you go, there we go. That's what I'm looking for.
This feels like just a smaller version of the Apple Vision Pro type thing.
A little bit. And Kurt on YouTube says Apple Vision Pro lasted all of a few months. Yeah, you haven't seen too much of that. Well, I did see somebody using it for the Soarin' ride at Epcot or something to like test that out. But mostly I haven't seen people taking to using that. But maybe the features are cool. Let's see. What do we got?
Working towards for more than 12 years now. To
Snap,
really bring
CEO.
computing into the world and make it more human. And I think it's something that people are really looking for in this moment where they feel like screens are distracting them. People are spending on average more than
screens are distracting me too much.
So put it on your eyes.
Let me put these glasses on my face that are 5 times the size. It's like those comically large glasses that you put on for like a birthday celebration.
Yeah.
That goes on your nose a little bit, but it's 5 times the size of your face. That's what he has.
Hours a day staring down at screens instead of connecting with their friends and staying present in the world. And we think specs offer a totally new opportunity to bring computing into the world around you and help computing feel more human and more personal.
During your keynote,
I don't know. I want to see what they actually do. It's just blabbing about it.
If you find the Snap Inc. newsroom link, I think I texted it to you. It'll show like short clips of what it does.
Of what it looks like inside?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Josh. All right, this says
You're welcome.
newsroomsnap.com. They on the website, they did like a really friendly version of what these things look like. That is not quite what they look like. That's flattering. By the way, I know these are visual elements here. I'm going to put it up on the See It Now section of the newsjunkie.com and the app so you can see what this looks like in just a moment. All right, so is there some videos here? Okay, here we go. Here, this is what it looks like inside. Shows like a map overlay in your glasses, and you can pinch to kind of zoom things. Oh, and it's giving you like walking directions as you're walking around. You turn left in 0.1 or turn right in 0.1 miles. The features are kind of cool. You just got to make it look better. It cannot look as dopey as this. It has to look better than that. Now here's where it's like
it's a game, I think.
Yeah, like what are those? Like a room
Escape
where you go
room.
in, like an escape room, but it's interactive and you're looking around and it gamifies stuff. Oh, where do I put the coolant? You're looking at the engine of your car with the hood up, and it points at we put the coolant in here. I'm gonna go on the record and say if you don't know where the coolant goes, you probably shouldn't be putting it anywhere. Not even where the Snap glasses tell you. But, to each their own. I'll put a link to this up over on thenewsjunkie.com and in the News Junkie app so you can see what's happening with these. And you guys tell us, maybe you think we're wrong. Maybe you're like, no, those are genius. I absolutely love those. And I'm glad that they're making them right now. That's fantastic. We'll see what you have to say about all of this, and we'll put it up. You know what? Boom. It's up right now over on thenewsjunkie.com or in the app. There we are. We'll get to you and your feedback, your dispatches momentarily. We got to kick into the details on this UFC terror plot. I've got the court documents that outline how they broke this whole thing up and what the plans were, and a whole bunch more, including this storm that's a-brewing out there. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Monsters, the News Junkie, and the Jim Colbert Show. All broadcasting live from Mount Dora, July 3rd. Details at realradio.fm/freedom.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Breaking news. Breaking news. Long Island serial killer Rex Hauerman has been sentenced to life in prison without parole after admitting to slayings of 8 women over a 17-year period, bringing a rare instance of a modern serial killer story to an end. I would argue that the advent of security cameras everywhere, cell phones, and a more aware society has lessened the amount of serial killers that we have running wild in the United States of America and around the world. But for 17 years, this guy operated by getting escorts and other women that he would take advantage of, and he would kill them and bury them along these beaches. And now he has been sentenced to life without parole in the Gilgo Beach killing.
Central Florida homeowners beat rising energy costs. Now, during the Solar Source Price Rewind event, they're offering a free 2020 pricing deal you may never see again.
Imagine wearing those things and going out trying to get laid ain't happening. My wife wouldn't even let me in the front door. Well, do you blame her? Don't get me wrong on this front. It could be cool.
but we're too early in the montage. Give me a couple more twirls, spin around a few more outfits, and we'll arrive on the one where it's like, yeah, we're not there. Phone cameras have equalized all the news stories? Well, it giveth and it taketh away, doesn't it? Right? Like, we get way more because everybody films everything and we catch everything that happens out there. And we don't have the gatekeepers in the news media to determine what videos will go viral because anybody can post anything and we see all the things. Somebody says the N-word in Manhattan today, we will see it. It will get views. Somebody freaks out and slaps a kid in the face for riding on the sidewalk on his e-scooter, it will make the news. On the other hand, the serial killers can't really operate with the impunity that they used to operate with. Too many cameras. At least that's my theory. Hey, Greasy Boy. Hey, Bratney. Hey, Sunstate John. Another job taken by technology. Yeah, I guess so. I think we'll be better off. My nephew got into a wreck with an Amazon driver a couple of days ago. The accident was online from several door cameras in about 10 minutes. Yeah. Chaos says, I say the N-word all the time and I'm not famous. You have half a pass. You have to pick which 3 letters you want to say. Pick which side, first 3 or last 3. You too can join in on TNJ Chat. Around the clock, have fun, play games, enjoy the company of other people, meet human beings online. Chat.thenewsjunkie.com. Here's one for you. Exclusive. Exclusive for the Skull Night crew in between the breaks. 2 minutes and we're back. Chat. Are you with this or not? When they asked different groups of people if they should raise taxes on younger workers to fund Social Security for the older folks, 89% of senior citizens support raising taxes on the kids to maintain their benefits. 89% of the oldos want the taxes raised on the youth. Agree or disagree? Do you agree with the oldos? Should we raise the taxes on the young people to fund the old people? Because when you ask the old people, they seem to really think that you should. Should we raise the taxes on the young people to pay for the old people? 85% of senior citizens support raising taxes on younger workers to maintain their benefit. And what say? What about you? What about you? What about your tax? No. Tax the kids. They're young. Tax the kids. Fund the adults. That's what they want. Coming back.
BuyDC.com on approved credit.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
Team France kicked off its World Cup by taking down Senegal 3-1. It was a historic win with Kylian Mbappe becoming France's record goal scorer.
And it means Mbappe's now out on his own.
France will next play against Iraq on June 22nd. Team USA, meanwhile, is preparing to return to the pitch Friday against Australia. The U.S. coming off its opening win over Paraguay.
For live Fox coverage, search World Cup now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go, just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM, HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station guaranteed human. He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being a little ASCII. This is the new...
What a lunatic to think that you deserve to keep more of your money. I know. It's just insane. It's unhinged. It's radical. But I think you should be able to keep more of your money. However, I see so many of these stories floating around where it's like everybody wants somebody else to pay for their stuff. We've got this thing in Florida with the property taxes where they're trying to get rid of property taxes for your house that you live in, your main house. And up to like starting out at, I think, $150,000 or so. If your house is paid off, you won't have to pay property taxes perpetually. And there's some debate over that. I think it's a good thing for lower income households. And I think it's a win across the board. I think people should pay less taxes. I think they take too much of our money already. I don't think that's radical. But I did see this and I was like, what will people think of this? 89% of senior citizens currently support raising taxes on younger workers so that they can maintain their benefits. And I was like, when you ask the old people, well, we want to get this money from somewhere. Where should we get it from? The old people point at the young people and they go, we want more of the young people's money. Tax the hell out of the kids. And then that will keep us funded and we'll be good to go. And the young people are like, the old people have screwed us over. We can't afford a house anymore. We can't afford a car. It's $50,000 or something. Everything's spiraling out of control. Nobody agrees who should pay for what. But that's a huge number. When you ask senior citizens, 89% agree that you can't get 89% of people to agree on anything. 89% of senior citizens are like, we need to tax kids. We need to tax the kids.
Pull yourselves up by your bootstraps, you old losers.
Yeah. Turn it around in the boomers.
Yeah, you tell me what to do my whole life. Grow up.
Can't you go out there and get a job?
Yeah, It must be so easy to find a job these days.
I thought he was being the old guy until he got to old losers, and I was like, that was...
He flipped it around on him. Yeah, he flipped it around on him. You've been doing this to us. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Can't you go out there and get a job? Can't you earn your way in the world? You freeloading oldo?
I went to college by working at McDonald's. Blah, blah, blah. I bought a house for $1,000, and now it's worth $500,000.
Do your arms and legs work? Well, then get your ass out there and get a job, and you can afford whatever you need.
My first car didn't have seatbelts.
They used to let you drink and drive.
That's what they think. Everybody's trying to take more of your money. They are. They're trying to take more of your money at every single turn that they possibly can. Dan says, yeah, boomers should cut back on their avocado toast and coffees. Less door dashing for the old people, and we'll sort this out.
Speaking of avocado toast, when we were doing the story yesterday about the Tesla diner, I was flipping through the menu of the Tesla diner, and some of the things on the menu had like fun names that they just haphazardly used Tesla terms in their different menu items. Sort of like when the makers of Outback just took like a dartboard with an Australian map over it and just threw darts at it and said, all right, Alice Springs chicken, stuff like that. And one of the things on the menu for the Tesla diner was like, I don't think I'm making this up, but it was similar if I'm wrong. autopilot avocado toast.
Oh my God. Yeah. We all of the problems that we have are much easier to solve than we think they are, but everybody just points at everybody else and says, you should pay. You should pay for me, right? You should pay for me, and that will make everything absolutely better. This is what's going to fix this forever. And we have, like in the state of Florida in particular, we're going to have this thing to get rid of property taxes, perpetual property taxes, up to a certain amount, $150,000 or whatever is the starting point for your main residence. Basically extending is it the homestead exemption or what is that what it's called? Basically extending the homestead exemption up a bit and making it so lower income families in the house that they live in don't have to pay property taxes forever. And there are other ways that will bring in this money. I don't think it's rocket science to do it. I talked about the weekend of the speeding cameras outside of one school zone and how much money they could generate with people who are violating laws to make people act more civil and stop the disobedience. It seems fairly widespread and also raise money at the same time. I think all of these things can be used to shoot that gap and bring that money in. But I also think that all these places just spend too much money. I think they do. I think that the cops spend too much money. I think that the local officials waste money and spend far too much money. I think that they have arrived at this idea, much like some of the other places out there where it's like, once we raise something up, we're never going back down. But that's not what happens to us. If I lose my job right now and I got to go to that McDonald's job that C-Lane was talking about, I have to rethink my budget. I will have to rethink some things in my life. Okay, can't spend money on this, can't do that. You have to rethink some things. My budget just doesn't go up, and then when something changes drastically in my life, I go, well, I refuse to alter my spending. I'm still going to spend like I had the other job. You can't do that. But apparently the government, the institutions, all of these other outlets, they can do that. We have that on the ballot coming up. There's another one for property taxes, too. It's the $1 million property tax thing, which they want to take more property taxes from you. So I wonder if anybody's going to be voting for that. The ability for them to take more property taxes. Look that up, C-Lane, real quick. It's called $1 million property tax, $1 million. And I think it means that you'll pay $1 more per $1,000 that your house is worth or something. So you'll pay $1 more per $1,000 in value of your house.
A $1 million property tax means you pay $1 in taxes for every $1,000 of your property's assessed taxable value.
Mm-hmm.
Because $1 million equals 0.1%. This equates to a 0.1% tax rate. If your home has a taxable value of $250,000, a $1 million tax would cost you $250 a year.
Yeah, this is an addendum, right? This isn't like resetting to just a $1 million tax. This is
really? Because that sounds nice.
People might be interested in that. But I think the thing that I saw said they were trying to raise more funds for schools. So as far as I can see, there's schools that are empty and they're closing a lot of schools, but they want to raise more funding for schools. And they wanted to add a $1 million property tax to do this. So it's like, again, everybody's trying to figure out where the money is coming from. And nobody is saying, like, hey, maybe we should take a look at every line item that we have in our budget. Where are we wasting money? Where can we find a budget? Where can we find a budget that makes more sense and cut back a little bit and ease off on the taxpayers? I would argue that easing off on the taxpayers could actually bring in more money for your county or your city or your state, because you give the people more money, they spend more money, and you end up making more money in the long run, rather than making people feel like they're in a financial prison. But everybody's pointing the finger at everybody. The oldos want the youngos to pay, and the young people want the old people to pay, and everybody wants everybody else to pay. The renters want the homeowners to pay. The homeowners want the renters to pay. Round and round we go. That's just how it all works. An update on a story we talked about yesterday. The father who was in the restroom at this gas station with his two young daughters. I don't know how old they were, but again, I'm guessing like 4 or 5 years old. Cute little girls. He brought them into the bathroom because they had to use the restroom. And he had to make the decision. Do I take my two young daughters into the men's restroom where there's like urinals and stuff? Or do I go in with my daughters into the women's restroom, go into a stall where we could shut the door and be private and then not have to worry about this? The father has responded. All right. The father has responded. We haven't got the response from the oldo dude who who was halfway at the door calling the cops on the dad bringing his kids into the women's bathroom. We haven't heard from him yet. He's welcome to call or dispatch or email. You could be anonymous, but it might be kind of obvious who you are. Here's the dad talking about the response to all of this. Here it is.
All right. First of all, I want to thank everybody for the support that y'all have been sending my way to my girls.
He's so quiet.
I really do appreciate it. Never expected this to reach millions of people, so it's kind of surreal.
I'm going to turn it up a little bit because he is like whispering at us, and the people will yell if there's not enough volume. All right, I'm cranking it to 200%. Here we are.
A lot of you have been asking what happened after the video, so I am going to be going into that.
Oh, good.
I do apologize for the wait. Did have a long drive from Florida to Oklahoma.
I love the viral world that we're in, just for the record here, that this guy goes to the bathroom with his young daughters and he videotapes it and then posts it online and it goes mega viral. The other guy probably posts his version of it. I don't know where that is.
Was the other guy taking video?
I think maybe he was just on the phone with the cops.
Yeah, he was too busy talking to the police to actually have his camera out.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think maybe he didn't even record it, or at least we don't know. And then this guy's like, I'm so sorry that it took me until the next day for an update for you guys. I apologize for the wait. I know people need a quick payoff on these things.
I got home around 12 o'clock last night, and I was beat. And, of course, my girls needed to be fed. I had to spend some time with them, get settled in.
Okay.
I only get them for 45 days in the summer, so I try to spend as much time with them as I can.
Okay. Are these like short videos?
After we left the restroom, obviously he was on the phone with the police.
Doing a series of vines.
They ended up showing up very quickly.
The cops.
3 officers showed up. They got there within 5 minutes, tops. And very professional, very nice. Quickly de-escalated the situation. One of the officers was talking to me and the man and explained that the situation wasn't as black and white as many people may think.
Windy.
And they pointed out that taking 2 little girls into the men's restroom could be viewed just as negatively as me being in the women's restroom with my girls. So, they try to make sense. They try to understand both.
The cops step in and they go, just so you know, man who's having a meltdown over this guy with his daughters in the girls' restroom. If he would have brought the young girls into the men's restroom, all of the guys in there could have been upset. Hey, we're in here trying to use the restroom. Why would you bring these little girls into the restroom? And the guy, I can't process this. I only think about the things that bother me.
I kind of wish they would have asked him the question. I mean, we don't know how they approached this with the guy who called 911, but just to go, hey there, what do you think would have happened if he had brought the girls in the men's room? Do you think that would have been drastically different from what happened?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that he would still have been mad. Do you think this guy was ever going to say he's sorry?
No.
Nobody says they're sorry anymore, right? Like the guy would just be like, "You was wrong."
No, I think he's going to be, at the end of this recap from the dad, told that what happened was perfectly fine. And he's not going to say he's sorry. He's just going to, him and haw all the way back to the car and be like, America's falling apart.
Well, he's going to say, I was protecting my wife and her mother, my mother-in-law. I was protecting them, and they were going to be violated in some way. And you go, well, how were they violated? There's so many cases like this where somebody's mad, they don't necessarily know why, and they're just acting weird. And it was pointed out earlier, like minding your own business has fallen off big time. Shame has fallen off big time in the United States of America. Let's rally to bring those things back. I want people to be shameful of things. Saw some guy driving down the street the other day and just absolutely rocketed his McDonald's trash from the lunch he ate out his passenger window at 40 miles an hour, whoosh,
I saw somebody litter the other day, and I was like, wow, that's still going on? Like, people are still just throwing stuff?
Yeah, and I go, what? How bizarre is this? There's just no shame at all. No shame in these people who just explode in public with these ridiculous outbursts. No shame for any of these people, and no minding your own business. And these used to be key elements, I think. They used to kind of keep things in order. My mom used to backhand me if I was getting in somebody else's business.
My business.
I almost ludicroused it there. I'm not sure what happened, but so this guy said the cops understood, I guess, and he's slow talking, but he got his way through it, and he said everything worked out. There was no charges or anything. He ended up leaving immediately afterwards. We got a couple of responses to that whole thing. MPWS says, sorry, it's safer to go in the ladies' bathroom in that situation, and the men's might not even have stalls. Yeah, I mean, young girls are going to want a little bit of privacy, you would imagine. And I think that he made the right decision. I think most people think he made the right decision. That's save for one person, the person at the center of all of that. That, I think, has been the only person who's disagreed that I've seen so far, other than the dispatcher, who just didn't really seem to know what anybody was talking about to begin with.
Working penis.
Mike emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Mike says, young and old taxpayers aren't the problem. It's the wealthy and the corporations. Many pay zero taxes. Zero. All right, I'm going to stop you there. If you're talking about wealthy people paying zero taxes, the richest people in this country, I know some people don't like to hear this, they pay the lion's share of all of the taxes. I think, can you fact check me on this so I'm not screwing it up? I think like the top 10 or 20% pays over 50% of the taxes. So like the top 10 or so percent of income earners pay more than half of the taxes in this country. The bottom 10% don't pay any taxes because they ended up, being net negative on their delivery of taxes. They get more back than they actually put in. The bottom 10%. They pay a lot. The richer people do. Sealand, fact check me when you find out what the actual numbers are.
Top 50% of earners contribute roughly 97% of all individual income tax revenue.
So top 50, you said, right?
Yes. The
Okay,
top
50
10%
is almost all. Okay.
provide over 70% of the total, with their share scaling progressively as income increases.
Okay. So the rich people do pay a lot of taxes. I know this is just like a bumper sticker people send out there. You might think they should pay more, especially the mega wealthy, right? The Jeff Bezos, the Elon Musk trillionaire stuff. You might think they should pay more, but they do pay a lot of the taxes. That's why Jeff Bezos was getting into, like, people below, let's say, $80,000 shouldn't be paying taxes. It should be pushed onto the people above that. And I think you made some sense in saying that. Corporations, when you bring that into play, many pay zero taxes. Corporations often end up paying zero taxes because of net losses over years or different loopholes that we have in our tax system. And I agree with you. I don't think that should be the case. You want to solve that? Let's get rid of the loopholes. Let's get rid of the loopholes, because all the companies are doing is following the law and following, the rules, and say, okay, if I can do this, I'll get all my paper pushers to find the cheapest amount of taxes that I could pay. Let's close some of those loopholes. I'd be down for that. He says the dismantling of the progressive tax system is not sustainable. This is not class warfare. The wealthy and major companies use more of the infrastructure and resources. Therefore, they need to pay more to support the systems that allow them to make the big bucks, says Mike. I think you'll find in the numbers that the rich people do pay a lot. You could argue that they pay more, as I said, but they do tend to pay a lot of the taxes, just to be absolutely real about it. Give us your thoughts on this. Old people, young people, who should pay more, who should pay less? Should they just spend less? We'll take your thoughts, your dispatches, etc. When we come back, I'll get into what's happening out there in the Gulf. There's an update on the... what's it called? What's the big orb in Vegas called? The Sphere?
Yeah.
The Sphere. Yeah, the Sphere. Update on the Sphere that is kind of rocking my world today that we have to work in. We got the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championship details on the plot that was supposed to happen at the White House, and that's just some of what we're getting to, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Monsters and the Jim Colbert Show. Broadcasting live from Mount Dora, July 3rd. Details at realradio.fm/freedom.
Traffic's backed up on 408 eastbound at Orange Blossom Trail. There's a crash blocking 2 right lanes.
Welcome behind the scenes. Here we are. Stand by. Stand by. Incoming.
Wish you could save on home insurance.
There he is, as promised, Sun State John with a dozen. 12 gifted premium subscriptions to the News Junkie, unlocking secret shows, ad-free stream access, and everything else that access entails. Those subscriptions, courtesy of Sun State John, a dozen of them ready for you over there on the website at thenewsjunkie.com. Get yours while you can. Big thanks to Sun State John for the support. Big support. Sun State John needs a tax break? True. National average, Americans estimate that a net worth of $2.3 million is required to be considered wealthy. Question, you're dumb. Even though I know you're dumb, I still want to ask you this question. Do you believe there is a difference worthy of discovering at all between the word wealthy and rich? Do you see any difference between the word wealthy and rich, or are they the same to you? Same question for everybody. Do you find there to be a difference between the word wealthy and the word rich? Or do you view them as the same? Couple of minutes and we're back live. 1041 just ran an updated July 3rd promo that conspicuously omits the News Junkie. Yeah. 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 Sean, my lips are blood red with all the ass kissing? Yeah. You think they're the same? Rich implies FU money, while wealthy means not poor anymore. Interesting. So far, most people are saying the same. I think a wealth is something you can measure. Rich is more of an attitude. Shaquille O'Neal said it best. When I played basketball, I was the rich guy who signed, the guy who signed my checks was wealthy. I agree with Shaq. I think that rich means somebody has a really solid amount of money and they don't fret about bills and expenditures, and it's not that big of a stress in their life to think about what things cost. I think that person is rich. They have a nice house, they have a nice car. I think wealthy is above rich in my mind, in the way I view it. But a lot of you people think it's the same. Damn it, I just realized today is not Thursday? No, it's Thursday's tomorrow. Thursday is tomorrow. I view rich here, right? Rich here, wealthy here, on top. And then like doing well, there's probably a better name for that. And then like average, and then like go down you go. And there's probably something above wealthy, which would be like ultra rich or ultra wealthy up there on top. Rich means you can afford to take your family on high-end vacations, and wealthy means your great-great-grandkids will be able to do that. Generational wealth, yeah. Yeah, I would, that's how I view it. I mean, there's maybe no right answer here. It's just how you view it. If wealthy is just above rich, then I'm just above poverty. There you go. Yeah, rich is getting income. Wealthy, you have family money or invested properly. I actually think, like, the world that I'm sort of glad I didn't grow into is that wealthy world. Like, the generational family wealth. From the anecdotal evidence that I have seen in my life, and the evidence of observing others, it seems like generational wealth is like a kill shot to make you an unlikable asshole. It seems like generational wealth, not having any work ethic, not working for the money that you have, it seems like it just kind of generates
gross human beings, high levels of narcissism, that sort of stuff. It seems like it generates more bad characters than rich, which is like, hey, you know, somebody in your family right around you, or you worked hard and you got some money, and here we go. That seems better to me.
Perks, Embarkation Day lunch, daily breakfast in blue, afternoon hors d'oeuvres, and a beverage package, all included. Reserve now at TopShelfCountryCruise.com.
Please be advised, you may want to stop eating the following foods immediately. Broccoli, kale, blueberries, quinoa, spinach. I thought those were good for me. What's healthy for one person may cause inflammation for another. So how do you know what your body actually needs? That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple at-home gut health test that analyzes your real-time biology to give you personalized nutrition guidance and custom supplements. Learn more at Viome.com/gut. V as in Victor, IOME.com/GUT. And use coupon code GUTHEALTH50 to save $50 off your purchase.
Joy is essential and it's also elusive. But now there's a new and exciting way to start your journey toward a more joyful existence. Joy 101. It's a new podcast hosted by me, Hoda Kotb. If you're craving inspiration to maximize your joy, tune into these candid, uplifting, and moving on-air chats. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Joy 101, and listen now. Joy 101 with Hoda Kotb is presented by CVS.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Reese Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Forever hovering over life's great dump.
Got a little. I probably have done the unthinkable here. I've done the thing that C-Lane does. I got too many tabs going. I got too many tabs. Welcome in to the world's most viral newsroom, friends. So good to see you. So good to be with you. That's my fault. Too many tabs. I'll have to cut some of those down. Best way to do it is just to simply play some of these clips I got saved for you here on the show.
We're just glad you didn't pick Oliver Tree again because, you know, to add insult to injury for Drop Slinger to just do him dirty like that.
Yeah, it was working perfectly. Let me just, if I just hit something right now.
Join in on the...
Okay, we're good. We're good. I just I got it a little overwhelmed with so many tabs here today. That's how much content there is on deck on the show. C-Line and I were talking for a bit during the break. I don't know why. I thought Josh had been to the Sphere in Las Vegas. I think, Josh, maybe... You were near the Sphere in Las Vegas, but you didn't actually go in there, right?
No, it's hard to avoid. It's right there off the strip.
It is a crazy venue that grabbed attention when they launched it, and now they're starting to announce some new things that they're working on. And people laughed at the Sphere when they launched this thing. They said, how much did this cost? What's going on here? This is going to be a catastrophe. Oh, now you have the bright idea of showing a movie that's almost 100 years old at the Sphere in Las Vegas. Good luck with that. And they are killing it. The movie that they've been running, which is The Wizard of Oz, which they kind of redid as The Wizard of Oz Experience and made it sort of 3D, and the crazy big screen shows all these expanded scenes from The Wizard of Oz that they use AI for. And all the people that say they hate AI were buying tickets, gobbling it up, man. Absolutely wild.
Oh, the reaction I saw today was just as much anti-AI. Like, oh, that sounds cool until, oh, you ruined it with your AI.
Yeah, well, they're still going to buy the tickets. I guarantee you. The Wizard of Oz has now made $400 million in sales.
That is crazy.
$400 million, almost $500 million in sales. It sold 3 million tickets. The only reason some people are going there, maybe some of them hate AI that much, but Josh was like, it's just expensive.
Very
just
expensive.
Costly.
Yeah, I think my old roommate went out to Vegas and they did something at the Sphere. I don't think it was Wizard of Oz. I think it was like maybe the cheapest thing you could do there. Some sort of, I don't know if it was nature or something. You know how like whenever when HD TVs were first being offered and they were super, super expensive, all the stores that you would pass by in the mall that had them were all showing like strictly Discovery Channel stuff because those were the people that bought the big cameras, the big expensive cameras that shot this HD material because it's the stuff that looked clearest and coolest for this new technology in display to show people.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Until now, they're like, this is a money printing machine.
Right. But
so let's get it all out there. So now
I think the early Sphere thing, they had something like that. They had like nature stuff or some sort of planetarium thing that you could see there that kind of showed off, flexed the nuts of the Sphere.
To get them kicked off.
Yeah.
Right. And then they put Wizard of Oz out there. They made almost $500 million.
Woo.
They've sold 3 million tickets to a movie from when? Is it 100 years old? It's close, right? Wizard of Oz, 30s?
Probably
is
30.
Yeah, it's
39.
Old.
Yeah.
1939. That movie is from 1939. It's not exactly the most relevant thing in the world. They put Wizard of Oz in the Sphere, and people go, "Oh, they throw leaves at us. We pay them money, and they throw crap at us while we're watching it." And they buy all the tickets, and now they've announced the next movie, which is going to be Rocky Horror Picture Show, and that's going to be in the Sphere in Las Vegas after the Wizard of Oz, which is kind of smart in a way. That's got a built-in audience. People are mega fans of that movie. You either love it or you hate it. People watch it as an experience to interact with it. So to make that interactive, smart, good idea. I think you could do something with this. I mean, I think there's a lot of movies that they could take and give a little extra to. And next thing you know, it's at the Sphere and they're making another $500 million with it. It shows you that people want something different. They want something creative. They want something that they feel like is an experience. They'll spend good money on it, but stop being so lazy. Like Hollywood. Hollywood gets the message, maybe now, after Backrooms and Obsession and these movies that were low-budget movies start kicking the ass of giant budget movies like the Star Wars movie and even the little Yoda, the cute little Yoda couldn't win against a good, fresh idea from a young set of eyes. Those kind of things are changing things drastically. I think they could do this with some other stuff, too. Now, you may disagree, but there are some movies that I think would be great in the Sphere. And I think Grease would be a winner. Not Grease 2. Grease 1. Travolta with the hair.
Sandy.
Travolta.
My wife would go see Grease 2 at the Sphere. She thinks it's better.
Before he started wearing the little French hat, before that, I think Grease you could do something with. I would maybe go see Grease 1 inside that. Or the other one that I would see, and Courtney will not even watch this movie with me. It drives me crazy. The original Twister.
Oh, that would be
watch
perfect
that.
in the Sphere.
Yeah, that one actually works.
Twister in the Sphere.
Which is weird because now we're talking about another tornado movie.
Yeah, that sounds dirty too. Twister in the Sphere
and Poker in the rear.
Twister in the Sphere would be great. I think that would be something that people would pay money for. But Rocky Horror Picture Show is what they are going with. Let us know what you think would work, what you would watch, if there's anything that you would pay that kind of money for as they continue on. Looks like it's working well at the 17,600 seat venue. You don't get that many people to watch movies at a regular theater. That's a big, big place, and they're packing asses in the seats over at that place because they're doing something right. Give us your thoughts. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com or send a dispatch over on the website or app. We have the potential for the first Atlantic tropical cyclone of the year. It could develop into a fully formed storm today, bringing life-threatening flash flooding to the United States. There could be 56 million Americans, that's around a third of us, who see flooding from this. It could impact the World Cup events that are going on in Houston and other areas around there. So this might not impact the East Coast as much, but this is an interesting thing to watch, the development of this storm over the next day or two here. So we will keep you focused on that as we roll on. Now, here's what we got coming up. Number one, I can't wait to get into this. I got the court documents that reveal what was really happening with this alleged plot to attack the UFC event at the White House. The person that was trying this is a really interesting character, And all the news stories have sort of missed some of the most interesting tidbits of this. We're going to get them from the court documents in the second half of the show. That's a very interesting segment on the way. And speaking of interesting, the hot sheet.
Yeah, baby.
It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Good Sauce with Ross and Joel. At 9, it's Real Laughs, followed by Real Music Weekends at 10 on Real Radio 104.1 and on your free iHeartRadio app.
This weather report is...
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Quick note. Something I find annoying. Hopefully you don't mind. So I, like you, get a lot of spam messages, spam text messages all the time. And on my iPhone, I can choose delete or delete and report spam. That's what I choose. And it works. I don't know what happens with the spam report, but I hope that does something good to take a shot at the person who sent me this unwanted text. But I hit delete and report spam. Now, if anybody at Apple is paying any attention, which is very unlikely, there's a flaw in your system. If I am on my phone and I get a spam text from somebody trying to sell me health insurance or God knows what, and I hit delete and report spam, it zaps it, and the person can no longer text me on my phone. However, my computer has the Messages app, and it can still get messages from the same person. So I'll delete and report spam on my phone. It's gone. They never can text me again. But they keep texting me on my laptop on the iMessages app. Fix it! You're so close. People still call me my husband on those spams. That's how I know. Oof. Did Sean talk about the detailed report the feds released about Anna Kepner? Ashley Banfield released it. It's so disturbing. I mean, we did talk about the report where they talked about her neck, the damage done, the way she was choked out, her eyes and ears popping with blood when he was like choking her, the violent sick son of a bitch that until just recently was wandering free. I don't know if it's a new one. Is it? Is it different? The other details came out several weeks ago. Trauma says, I thought you could listen from here on TNJ Chat. You can watch on YouTube. You can stream on thenewsjunkie.com. But I have to fix the chat ability to stream the show in some way. I mean, would there be interest in that? Does somebody want to be able to say something and like pop up a live audio feed of the show in chat? Because I could probably make that happen. You could do that. What Bratney just did, you do ! podcast, and you can listen to the podcast. But you can't listen live over there. But I'm always up for your suggestions. If you think something can be improved, email tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Sean, you're going to watch this live press conference Trump's doing right now? What about the Iran stuff? So, stand by.
More difficult for us, and I want to say it. You know, somebody would say, "Oh, that's terrible. He's thinking President Xi of China." Well, let me tell you, I had a long talk with him. You know, they have shoulder weapons to knock down airplanes. That it's not like the real deal, but they're accurate. They're fairly accurate. I said I would really appreciate you're not giving or selling any of that stuff to Iran. And you know what? For the most part, He didn't. So I just want to thank them because they made it a lot.
Thanking China.
What the difference is between giving Iran U.S. dollars and unfreezing U.S. dollars for.
Well, the unfreezing, that's an easy one to answer. We have taken a lot of their money, and we have their money. We have taken their money. It's not our money, it's their money, and we froze it. At a certain point in time.
He's talking about these sanctions. Really, that's not accurate. We have frozen assets in the United States, but mostly our sanctions have led to Iran's assets being frozen in global banks. That's where the money is. Come back.
Or go to isurvey.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
This report is sponsored by Quantum Fiber Internet.
48 countries.
Only one winner.
iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Live. Every unforgettable moment wherever you are. Lock in your preset now on the free iHeartRadio app.
The world is listening.
This portion of the News Junkie is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This.
So good to see you. Hey there, Barbara. Hey, Bradney. Hey, Bootsy. Hey, Kat. Hey, everybody who's hanging out in chat. We love to see you, and you can join in. Watch on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. Big thanks, as he promised he would do. Sun State John with 12 gifted premium subscriptions.
Yeah, buddy.
To the News Junkie and unlocking secret shows for those of you who want to grab one courtesy of the very generous Sun State John in this case. Go do that on thenewsjunkie.com. Creating an account just takes a second of your time. You can utilize that through the app, the website, all the different TV apps if you want to interact with this show. When somebody gifts you access, you can you can get all of the stuff that you're not able to get otherwise, like the secret shows access, unlimited access to see it now, no matter how long it's been, et cetera, an ad-free stream, ad-free, and the highest quality stream available over at thenewsjunkie.com. When you watch that way, you're not getting any commercials. You're even hanging out with me during the break. So thank you. Go claim those gifts over at thenewsjunkie.com or just subscribe to support the show. Right now, let's do the hot sheet.
Check the hot sheet. It's news, but not like real important news.
Best investigative reporting on the planet.
The top stories from the people on your screens and speakers are on the hot sheet with C-Lane.
That's right. The top 5 stories of the nonsense news brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. And we start with kind of an update. I still find the way that they're reporting this story kind of weird, but they say that CBS has struck a deal to write a check for the broadcast of this song right here. Peanuts. Linus and Lucy is the official name of it, but I'll take Peanuts.
I thought it was literally Peanuts theme. It's called Linus and Lucy.
Linus and Lucy is the name of the song.
Vince Guaraldi Trio. Points.
Points for Josh. It is the Vince Guaraldi Trio, indeed, that recorded the original beloved rendition of Linus and Lucy. And it says, the headline still says unauthorized use. So does that mean they had to get sued by somebody? Or you'd think they would just, like Sean said, not air it, but maybe they thought they were caught in some sort of rock and a hard place with the final episode of the Stephen Colbert show, The Late Show.
Yeah, CBS could have just edited it out if they wanted to, because it's not aired live, but they aired it how it was, and I guess that led to them having to pay this.
Well, usually they have like a rate sheet where these bands that play on these shows, they have kind of a library of music, and they go, well, here's a song that we could play for this, but here's how much it's going to cost the network, and then the network has to pony up that money. as we famously saw in the whole Conan O'Brien thing with playing a Beatles song for a walkout. Now, CBS has struck a deal with Lee Mendelson Film Productions. An undisclosed amount after the latest show with Stephen Colbert used the famed Vince Guaraldi composition Linus and Lucy in the late night talk show's May finale. As part of the licensing agreement, Lee Mendelson Film Productions were going to donate those proceeds to Chef Jose Andres' World Central Kitchen. So
good charity.
They're going to pay for it, but the money is going to go to a great charity.
Yeah.
Other exciting news in the music business, by the way, because this guy, he's more than halfway there. He's ready
Living
to
on a prayer.
He's ready to rock. Yeah, I think you're starting to get there.
Yeah. Bon Jovi.
John Bon Jovi, in fact, is finally ready to rock again. He told People he's recovered 4 years after undergoing vocal cord surgery. And calling the whole experience a rebirth. The rock icon opened up about the long road back, admitting that while the surgery was successful, there was a time when his future as a performer was very much up in the air. He didn't know if he would recover enough to get back on stage and rock out those Bon Jovi hits,
the Million Faces.
Yeah, he might have, he might have another million faces in him now that he's fully recovered.
No, he doesn't. No, he does not have a million faces in him. No.
Well, we shall see. The payoff is here, and his Forever Tour is set to kick off July 7th at Madison Square Garden, so he's very excited. He said his bandmates stood by him every step in the way, never looking for other work or talking retirement. What, did you pay them then? Did you pay them for 4 years?
Don't worry, John. We'll just hang out till you're better.
Am I the only one that would have viewed this as like, maybe these guys aren't the best bandmates I can get? No other band wanted to take them in for years while I couldn't
never
perform?
looked for other work. They're musicians. They're working musicians.
These little orphan musicians couldn't get pulled up by any other band out there? God almighty.
Well, Josh mentioned it at the top of the show, and the amount of press this is getting is making me think that maybe it's just a slower entertainment news week. But nobody can stop talking about this Jelly Roll divorce.
Very upsetting.
Like, people get divorced all the damn time. Why is Jelly Rolls, like, do we have to cover every little bit, He took her name off of his Instagram profile. Ooh, right?
People thought it was love. They thought this couple is going to stay together forever.
He had a kid with another woman the week before they got married.
So you have the exact same situation in your marriage as
No,
Holden.
I didn't.
Who among us?
Well,
doesn't have a secret love child. All right.
Are we sure?
Now, Jelly Roll's daughter has spoken out and said, will you guys please stop talking about my dad getting a divorce? She would like the internet please to just kind of forget about it and leave it a private family matter. So TMZ took her post on Instagram and immediately made a huge story out of it. Bailey Ann, Jelly Roll's 18-year-old daughter, who just recently graduated from high school. Well, congratulations. She posted on TikTok Tuesday calling out everyone who is invested in this private family matter. She won't speak on the family drama, but said others need to worry about their own houses, not hers. So yeah, and now it's one of those things.
Unfortunately, what's her name again? What's
Bailey Ann, or are you talking about
Bailey?
The wife?
Unfortunately, Bailey, I have to tell you, with the good comes the bad. So you can't really go, hey, I'm going to give all of these personal details about my drug addiction, about my life, and about my wife and our background and our relationship and our love. And then when the divorce part comes around, you're like, oh, this arc, I don't want you covering this, please. No, everybody ignore this part. It doesn't work that way. You get the good with the bad.
Rest in peace to Walter Parazader, one of the founding members of this little group right here. Chicago is correct. Love this band. Let me take this down. So his wife Jacqueline tells TMZ Walter died 2:10 a.m. Wednesday morning in hospice. He succumbed to Alzheimer's disease after being married for 59 years. Good for him.
Wow.
Holy cow.
And it says he was best known for founding Chicago in 1967 when it was originally called The Big Thing, and then Chicago Transit Authority, and finally Chicago in 1969. He was part of the woodwind section, adding horns to If You Leave Me Now, Saturday in the Park, and that song, which is, Josh, for extra points.
25 or 6 to 4.
The guy's on fire. Listen,
Nice work,
guy knows what he's talking about. And then, let's see, last but not least in the hot sheet, it's finally happening, guys. We got 21 Jump Street. We got 22 Jump Street. And now get ready for...
Shut up! No!
24 Jump Street.
Yeah! Wait, hold on.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're right to kind of double take there. Sony announced the news just a few days ago. Movie fans are perking up their ears. Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum are in talks to come back. And the tagline on the script cover, it took so long to make, we had to skip one. Which is kind of clever. But in fact, they did have a script for a 23 Jump Street. And weirdly enough, they read the script. The guys had the scripts in their hands. Channing Tatum described it publicly as the best script that I've ever read for a third movie. And in 23 Jump Street, Schmidt and Janko joined the Men in Black. Like it was an actual like crossover between the 21 Jump Street universe and Men in Black. And the movie never got made. The project sat in development for years. It got caught in scheduling conflicts and eventually just died a quiet Hollywood death where nobody announced it was canceled. They just stopped talking about it. Now 24 Jump Street will be written by Hill and directed by Rodney Rothman from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Hey, we got a holiday coming up. It's Father's Day this weekend.
True.
Sorry, Sean.
Yeah.
But as I like to do when these holidays come up, I found a list of great TV episodes from classic shows to watch on Father's Day. They're either about Father's Day or they're like good dad episodes. And this romper list had some bangers on it. And then there's one that I just kind of went, huh? Am I really supposed to watch this with Dad on Father's Day?
Yeah, all right, hit me with it.
We have Blackish Daddy's Day, where Anthony Anderson wanted to make his own Father's Day and just called it Daddy's Day. Malcolm in the Middle Roller Skates, where Bryan Cranston teaches Malcolm to skate so he can beat the other team. Big father-son bonding moment. Of course, The Gang gives Frank an intervention on Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a banger. Frank doesn't get the Best Dad award, but they appreciate the authenticity in it. The Simpsons and Maggie Makes 3. There's a Friends one. Seinfeld Serenity Now. That's a classic. And then they said you could also watch The Cosby Show Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Let's face it, some kids are just not the best gift givers, especially their parents. And Cliff Huxtable is not too excited to see the gifts his kids got him for Father's Day. Are you serious, Romper? Are we really?
They're trying to bring him back. He was canceled, and they're trying to revive a little Bill Cosby career.
And it actually says you can watch The Cosby Show on Amazon Prime Video, which I'm kind of surprised that Prime Video is still paying for the licensing for. But there's a couple suggestions for you to celebrate your Father's Day. Hey, if you have a mortgage rate with a 7 or 8 in front of it, you should be checking into a refi immediately. You are paying too much, and mortgage rates have been headed down. So if you want to save some money, how about you talk to that mortgage guy, Don? He is the mortgage expert that wants to help you save that cash. Hit him up now. Compare that quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Thank you, C-Lane. We're going to kick into the second half of the show in just a moment here. Stand by. When we come back, we'll also get into the nitty-gritty, the really interesting details behind this plot they said they busted up. Nobody else is talking about this. Wait till you hear it right from the court documents. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Win a big green egg. Courtesy of Tools Ace Hardware with Search Your Ace Off on The Jim Colbert Show. Details at realradio.fm/ace.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Left lane's blocked on 408 eastbound at Orange Blossom Trail. That's causing some stop and go. Traffic lights are working incorrectly where Magnolia Homes Road meets Maitland Boulevard. Use that intersection as a four-way stop. On Orlando Avenue at South Street, there's a crash getting cleared up. Look out for emergency crews in the area there. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. Thousands of homeowners have trusted us for their blinds that are easy to order, affordable, and guaranteed to fit. You measure at home, install yourself, and enjoy blinds made exactly for your windows. Blindster.com.
Vehicles under 20 grand. Now at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Just go to rchill.com.
June is here. That means it's time to search your ace off for dad. The Jim Colbert Show has again teamed up with Tools Ace Hardware for our Big Green Egg Hunt. Listen to the Jim Colbert Show for clues on where in Central Florida you can find this hidden treasure. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, will be to decipher the poem and search your ace off. In the hidden treasure is a certificate for a Big Green Egg with accessories courtesy of Tools Ace Hardware. Total prize value is over $1,800. Quite possibly the greatest Father's Day gift ever given. Unless you just keep it for yourself. No judgment here. Go to realradio.fm/ace for details and keep listening to the Jim Colbert Show weekdays at 3 p.m. for additional hints. This contest ends when someone finds our Big Green Egg. Happy hunting.
iHeartMedia presents the Fresh from Florida Groceries Giveaway. 50 lucky winners will each receive a $100 grocery voucher to indulge in Fresh from Florida goodness. Enter to win at iHeart.com/freshfromflorida.
Hi, this is Mike Lester with Talon Wealth and the Guarding Your Nest Egg radio show, and I have another investment idea for those seeking great returns with limited risk. Recently, we did a structured note for our clients, paying them 18.75% per year for 4 years, and it was great for clients seeking income or growth and principal protection. The note was based on the S&P, gold, and silver, and our clients won't lose principal as long as none of the ETFs are down more than 40% 4 years from when we place the trade, and the bank guaranteeing them doesn't default. This isn't an offer because we already traded this note, and structured notes aren't for everyone. But if you would like to know more about how structured notes work and what we currently have available, call us at 916-888-4000, 916-888-4000, if you'd like to learn more.
Advisory services offered through Talent Private Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The opinions voiced and information provided in this material are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual.
Kick off summer with the Monsters in the Morning live in New Smyrna Beach. Join Central Florida's #1 morning show Friday, June 19th at Crimson House. Start your morning with a free hot breakfast from Bagel King. Just bring a donation or non-perishable food item to support the Volusia Food Bank. Stick around and keep the party going with Bud and Bud Light bucket specials, a full wine and beer bar, plus live music and merch giveaway.
Hello, welcome back. Sorry, bit of a problem there. Can we get real for a second? If you noticed during that segment that the camera was just on me, it's because there is a virtual machine that runs the connections for all these, these buttons. Like this, here's one of them. There's some other ones. All these buttons that C-Lane has. Here's another one here. And that's just what he has here. He's surrounded by them in his studios there. And it's a virtual machine running in the tower here. And it's never crashed ever in the history of ever. And it just crashed during that segment, leaving the camera stuck on me. I was trying to reboot it as C-Lane was talking. And I didn't get it up until we got to the end of the segment. But can I tell you? A theory is emerging. C-Lane said, after we went to break, you had to kill that damn spider. Somebody told me not to kill the spider that was right here on my desk. During a segment, I saw the little teeny tiny spider. And he started crawling around, and I swung at him a couple times. I missed. And then I killed the spider on the desk. Since that, all hell has been breaking loose. Stuff that has never broken, never had any issues at all, having issues. Weird problems are surfacing everywhere. I blame the spider. I think a curse of the spider has started because of that. Now I have the problem with Courtney's car, still messed up, still got to bring it back to Mercedes. They got to rebuild the whole cylinder or something in it. That's just the beginning of my problems. I don't want to hit you with all of them right now. But I got problems in my car too. The Genesis, lights all over the dashboard because the wheel sensor is screwed up from when the person put the tire on wrong. They put the tire on and they hit the wheel sensor, throwing off all the sensors in my vehicle because this idiot didn't know how to change a tire. I got that problem. I got computer problems. This monitor turns off every once in a while, all since the spider. Only one way to find out. Mr. Predicto Is the curse of the spider in the studio real? Rejoins won't play?
Yes, without question.
Well, that is not good. That is not good. The curse of the spider is real. Rejoins. I'm trying to play the rejoins. Never have I had a problem with rejoins. All of a sudden, the rejoins aren't playing. What's going on in here? Tire tech crashed into the TPMS sensor. Noob fail. True. Expensive vehicles require expensive maintenance. Yeah, there's a problem with Mercedes, a certain motor that they made where there's a cylinder issue and there's a warranty on it, but they don't necessarily want to fix it. It's a whole thing. I blame the spider. The spider is to blame. We're coming back. Here we go.
Gemstones, even certified diamonds are included. Whether your budget is $2,000 or $200,000, this is the smartest way to buy. Hurry in to take advantage of this once-a-year event. 0% finance rates till 2031, store-wide. Only at International Diamond Center. Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia. Excludes Rolex. Details and more at shopidc.com on approved credit.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
England is beginning its World Cup journey, and Captain Harry Kane feels optimistic about their chances to lift the trophy for the first time in 60 years.
It's one of the best opportunities we will have as a team to win it, and I think everyone is eager, to first of all, just start well.
England taking on Croatia today. Last night, Lionel Messi scored 3 times for Argentina, tying the all-time World Cup goals record.
For live Fox coverage, search World Cup now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Story time with the best friends you never knew you had.
Don't forget, big announcement tomorrow on the show. We'll wrap up all the contract drama stuff. I'll tell you what's going on, what the plan is moving forward, all that tomorrow on the show. Sealand, I think you're right, man. I hate to say it. I think you're right. I think it all goes back to the spider. I'm starting to think it does. We had another weird problem during that segment where one of our machines crashed. And I had a problem earlier with trying to play a rejoin, and a machine that runs some of the studio stuff froze. We never have these kind of problems. We never, ever had these kind of problems.
Monday, we had an intro with no voiceover.
Yeah, all these like weird things that have never, ever, ever happened before. The only thing that it traces back to is I was doing the show last week, and as I'm sitting here talking, I see out of the corner of my eye the smallest little spider I've ever seen in my entire life. And I don't know what you would do in that situation, Josh, but when I saw the spider scurrying across the desk, I immediately freaked out, and I was trying to hit the spider.
You're wrong.
I missed it a couple of times, and I finally, boom, in the middle of the segment, I squashed the spider, and I said, I got that son of a bitch. And then people in chat immediately said, that's bad luck. You're going to release bad luck. The spider is going to cause you bad luck. And lo and behold, since I killed that spider in the studio, all hell is breaking loose. I'd never heard of this before. I'd never heard that you weren't supposed to squish a spider, that was bad luck somehow. But I got bad luck raining on me over here. It is piling up.
Something else happened?
Well, it's just one after another. The thing with Courtney's car, with a million different things that have happened. The air conditioning in the studio, the rejoins don't fire off. We got stuck on my camera in that last segment for far too long on my mug, all for the spider. It goes back to the spider. The spider started a lot of this stuff. I mean, you're going to learn more about what's going on tomorrow, but there's stuff that is going on here, and it seems like there might be a bit of an issue. So I don't know if it's the spider that was to blame. I don't know what I'm supposed to do to overcome that. Ryan says you tried to warn me. You did. You're right. You did. You tried to warn me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do to get around. Is there anything you can do once you cause yourself a spell of bad luck to undo that?
Yeah, you have to buy a pregnant spider, like a really pregnant spider.
Yeah.
And let it have all her babies in your house.
I'll take the bad luck. Yeah, I'll take the bad luck.
Well,
I don't want that.
You're screwed, buddy.
Fresh Rocks on TNJ Chat says you need to eat a spider before the next full moon to break the curse. I'm not doing that. I will literally just deal with bad luck for the rest of my life.
Have you tried dying?
It's in the cards, Josh.
Yeah.
It'll
break the curse.
Yeah, we're not there yet. We are. It's in the cards that can happen. The curse of the spider. I blame the spider for all of this. We'll see what happens next. Now, let's get into the details here. The UFC plot. Now, we all know that there was the Freedom 250 event at the White House where the UFC fighters were battling it out. The one guy said Michelle Obama is a man, and then basically everything else seemed to be sort of normal-ish. They said they booted one guy
as normal
out.
as a UFC event on the White House lawn.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Monster Energy Drink could be.
Not officially for the president's birthday.
Correct.
Unrelated coincidences. But then they said, well, there was going to be a terror attack. And some of you, you're not people who are friendly with the folks in the White House. Some of you were like, nah, fake, false flag, blah, 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 blah. I wanted to see what was going on. Yesterday, I read the indictments in the courts against the people that they said were going to pull off this attack on the UFC match. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. Real quick to kick this off, here's some of the details, but nobody's really getting into the good stuff that I'm going to give you straight out of the court docs in a second.
This is the new paradigm right here, what you're talking about. Drone mitigation is one of the FBI's top priorities. We're actually teaching local law enforcement how to handle those kind of things. Now,
he's saying this because part of this attack, it was a 3-part attack. The first part of the attack was allegedly that they were going to have drones with explosives in them that were going to bomb some areas in Washington. That was going to freak out the crowd at the UFC fight at the White House. Those people, including the VIPs, the billionaires that they were trying to target and stuff, and the political officials who they believe were connected to Israel and AIPAC and whatnot. And they were also angry about AI data centers. A wide variety of things they were upset about. And they were going to send these drones with explosives to blow some stuff up. Then all the people were going to get scared at the UFC match, and they were going to start running, and they were going to have a team of snipers set up to start killing the people that they wanted to target. They were going to start killing people who were fleeing in the chaos. And then from there, they had decided they were going to storm the White House gate and take over the White House and then bring about some sort of revolution to the United States of America. This was their fever dream. We'll get into whether or not this was really going to happen in a moment, but that's what he's talking about.
We do have active countermeasures. I won't get into the nuts and bolts because obviously those are tactics that we don't want to share, but early warning is the big thing. And Lawrence, lastly, the simplicity of this. Don't be lulled to sleep by the simplicity. A good plan, violently executed, this could have been horrible.
So real quickly, can we talk about that second phase? So this was phase one, where they tried to get the overflow crowd, snipe them off, but then they plan on that second phase, storming the White House gates.
Yeah, this is reminiscent of what Eric Rudolph did back during the 1990s, where you set off a bomb at a clinic and then have a secondary device when the first responders come.
Okay, when they say Eric Rudolph, for those of you who don't know, which is probably a lot of people, he just throws out Eric Rudolph like people know that was.
Eric Rudolph wasn't Atlanta the Olympic bombing that was blamed on somebody else?
Eric Rudolph was a guy responsible for a lot of bombings, mostly of abortion clinics. And he would bomb the abortion clinic, and then I guess he would open fire on people sometimes. And there were some radicals who were supporting him locally. They had bumper stickers that said, like, "Run, Rudy, run." And this guy was like a terrorist. He was a terrorist attacking abortion clinics, and he utilized that tactic. I don't know. I don't think Eric
Yes.
was he the one actually behind the bomb in Atlanta?
Olympic Park bomber.
The one that Richard Jewell was blamed for?
Yes. The Centennial Olympic Park bombing at 1996 in Atlanta.
Yeah. All right. And that with the rest of his bombings weren't in Georgia, I don't think, were they? I thought they were up in the Northeast somewhere, but I'm not sure.
I think they were kind of all over the place, but the other fascinating thing was like, didn't they find that guy dumpster diving outside a Taco Bell because he like lived in the woods for a long time just to kind of hide out, but he needed to come into some form of society to try and get food every once in a while?
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember the details on his arrest. I just remember the Run Rudy Run stuff. Some of the extremists were supporting him. And yeah, Eric Rudolph was like, he was a big bad deal for a little while there. And so they were saying they could use some of his tactics. I don't even know if he, really came up with any of these tactics.
I was so close. It was a Save-A-Lot. It was a Save-A-Lot. Yeah.
He was in a dumpster?
Yeah, they did either a documentary or a movie, maybe a dramatized movie about this guy. Yeah. And it was really fascinating. And that's why I think I remember a lot of the stuff about him, just because I thought, like, he really kind of, like, lived in the forest and just hid from everybody, but then he was like stealing from grain silos and like
what does your life
eating
come to,
acorns
man?
And salamanders. It's like, dude,
are you really winning if you're eating acorns and salamanders? This sounds like you killed a spider at some point, and the luck has turned, and now you're eating spiders and salamanders and whatever else you can. For God's sake.
Well, yeah, they found him in Murphy, North Carolina, behind a Save-A-Lot at 4 a.m.
Okay, so that's the guy they referenced there. But the question a lot of people have when somebody gets arrested like this, they had a plot that they broke up with Gretchen Whitmer that was kind of like this, and people said they were going to kidnap the governor, et cetera, et cetera. But I always ask this question, too, and I think it's a fair question to ask. Were these people actually going to pull this off, or were they kind of pushed into it by the feds, and then the feds were like, gotcha? This happens in all sorts of stuff. Some people call it entrapment. Some people say these people are just LARPing and they weren't really ever going to do this. Sometimes this is like the weirdo creeper who is online and then he encounters the person who he starts chatting with and they get into a back and forth and they end up going over to this person's house. And when you arrive, Chris Hansen says, take a seat. And you're like, well, I wasn't even really interested in this. Sometimes you get fed along and then you end up in the snare. You end up in the trap. So let's see. I have the actual court documents. It says United States District Court for the Southern District of Ohio. Criminal complaint. And the offenses are the following. Conspiracy to commit an offense against the United States. Sealand has been charged with that multiple times for the record.
I've been accused of it even more.
Attempted murder of any officer or employee of the United States. Second charge. Third charge, possession of a firearm in furtherance of a crime of violence. And the fourth charge, receipt or transfer of a firearm used to commit a felony. Those are the charges that some of the people involved in this whole caper have been hit with. And it says, this is from the FBI people. I'm a federal agent. I'm authorized to investigate this kind of stuff. Probable cause. On or about June 10th, 2026. Approximately 9:18 p.m., officers with the Knox County Sheriff's Office and Danville Police Department were dispatched to an address in Knox County in reference to a disturbance. The caller identified as Propper's mother. So this is one of the people involved in this whole thing. He's 19 years old. Looks like he's going on 50. Have you guys seen this guy's mugshot?
Nuh-uh.
Proper mugshot. Hang on.
It's a proper mugshot, ain't it?
Here, that's not him. That's not him. Here he is right here. Okay. This is him when he was younger. The mugshot of him.
He's 19.
He's 19. He looks like he's about 56.
Buddy.
Like, there's a bearded, bald guy who's somehow 19 years old. This is some video that he posted.
If you were 19 and looked like that, you'd probably want to
blow up a UFC fight at the White House
to commit offenses against the United States.
Yeah, this is a video of him when he was even younger.
I am, many of you are not going to believe this, but I'm a professional.
I don't believe him.
Type person. I'm a geek.
I'm a professional person, he said back then.
I don't believe him.
Yeah, me either.
I'm very good with computers. All right, hello.
This is what they say when this is what I say when somebody goes to me, Sean, how did you create the newsjunkie.com and the app? I'll say, many of you don't know this.
I'm not going to believe this, but I'm a professional type.
It's the laughing for me when he tries to
geek.
tell you
I'm
this.
A geek guy.
Yeah.
I'm very good with computers.
I'm very good with computers.
All right, hello. Again, in the video. All right, so the reason why I left TikTok is because of since people say China's spying on us, I don't think that, and I do think it. I believe it and don't believe it.
All right, he's a man with a way with words here. He's got a way with words.
This is a mastermind of a terror plot here.
This is a guy. He's 19-year-old. His name is Tyson Proper. He looks like he's about 55. All right, so that's the person. His mother called the cops. So let's go back to the court docs. Officers arrived on the scene approximately 9:38 p.m. and spoke to Proper and his mother and father. Proper is a 19-year-old male who lives at that residence with his parents. So the mastermind of this was a 19-year-old who looks like he's 50-something years old who lives with his parents. Proper's father stated that Proper had recently met random people online and had been planning recons with these individuals. His father said Proper has been planning to leave this upcoming weekend to meet up with these online individuals. His father further stated that he had been recently acquiring camping gear, food, ballistic plates, a new shotgun, a rifle, lots of ammunition, extra magazines, and plate carriers. Proper allegedly spent $3,000 of his graduation money to purchase this equipment. So the parents caught on. The parents gave him thousands of dollars for graduating. Congratulations, nice. You did the thing that you were supposed to do. And then he spends the money on all this stuff, and his parents are like, what the hell is he buying all this weird stuff for? And they find out that their son was involved in this plot with these online people to attack the UFC event at the White House. Proper's father stated that in addition to the above behavior, he quit his job recently in preparation to meet the individuals he had been interacting with online to conduct missions and recons. All right? His father did not have any additional information about the identities with whom he was speaking. The Knox County Sheriff's Office took photos of the equipment acquired by Proper, which included several boxes of ammunition, 2 plate carriers. I guess that's for like ballistic stuff.
Yeah.
Like
no, those are those 2 rods when you're doing the spinny things.
No, not spinning plates. AR-style magazines, AR-style rifle, a bullpup rifle painted with an American flag. And
that's very smart because pretty much everything at Freedom 250 was adorned in American flags.
Yeah.
So
I can bring this in. It's America.
Come on, look at it. It looks like everything else. Let me in.
This says interview with Proper's mother. Also on June 11, 2026, I contacted his mother for a telephone interview. She said that her son had recently begun interacting with a group online that was comprised of individuals who claimed to be ex-military and Christian-based. She didn't know the name of the group, but they expressed ultra-religious and anti-government sentiments, specifically citing grievances about government corruption, the handling of the Epstein files, data centers taking up all the water in communities. You guys, the data center water meme has exploded so much that the 19-year-old basement dweller who spends his graduation money to try to attack the UFC event is also doing it on behalf of the data centers taking up all the water.
Could have just bought water.
And other government actions. His mother detailed that talking with these individuals online has caused Proper to lean heavily into his religion. She believed those individuals were using religion to manipulate and influence her son. All of this allegedly occurred on TikTok. So at least the beginning of this was on TikTok where this all went down. In addition to the equipment and firearms he had recently purchased, she said that she saw him engaging in physical training. So he's American Ninja Warrioring it in the backyard.
Yeah.
She initially thought it was his aspirations to join the military.
When you see a computer nerd that looks like that engaging in physical training, you probably do have some cause for concern.
True, yeah.
Do not bother, mother. I'm practicing judo.
Proper's mother detailed that the communications with these individuals largely occurred on his cell phone, and she provided a phone number. She said he was researching and mapping locations in the area. When she asked him what he was doing, he said he couldn't tell her exactly what he was doing, but it was recon and hit-and-run missions, et cetera, et cetera. Right? And then they talk about, going into the house, getting all this stuff. Now, I'm going to save the rest of this, which I'm going to get to in just a moment here. And then the details of what they were going to do, why they were going to do it, and all of that stuff is going to be coming up in just a bit here on the show. So stick with us. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
AI is great at math. We're great at bad decisions. Real Radio 104.1, guaranteed human.
Eastbound on the 408 still going to give you some trouble. There's a crash blocking the left lane near Orange Blossom Trail. Other than that, you won't be expecting any accidents tying you up or slowing you down on the major roadways. Just typical.
Oh, my goodness. Stand by.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Summer starts early in Florida, which means we get more beach time, more sunshine, and
more
Boom! Refreshing, sweet, and juicy Florida.
Thank you to Cat BH with the 10 gifted subscriptions. Full access to the newsjunkie.com, the app, and unlocking secret shows for 10 of you. 10. 1-0. Thank you for the big support, Cat BH. Bless your soul for supporting the show. This money does not get gobbled up by iHeartRadio. In fact, iHeart only is allowed to keep a tiny fraction for processing. The money goes to myself and C-Lane to help fund all of these things on the show, and Josh for his appearances on secret shows and the broadcast. It literally goes to support the machine that runs all of this. So thank you. Thank you for doing that, Cat BH. Thank you, Sun State John. And maybe you're next. You can support just by signing up for secret shows and enjoying all the access that it gives you. That, as little as $2.99 a month, is a huge help to fix all of the broken things from the spider curse. The spider curse is real. Big thank you to Cat BH. I'm going to put your name here on the list. We'll give you an on-air thanks when we come back. Support by subscribing to secret shows and unlocking the website, getting a premium subscription to the newsjunkie.com as little as $2.99 a month. Or if you already do that and you want to step up, you can hit that gift icon. Hit that gift icon. It's a fun time, I'll tell you. You get an email with each username when they claim them. And it'll tell you, like, hey, you know, here's where your gifted subs went. Thank you, Kat. The Spider-Verse is real? Yes. Indeed, Bird Eye. All right, wait till we get into this. There's a lot more. There's a lot more on the way here on the show in terms of the plot, the UFC White House plot. More about how this kid's mother was the person who took all of this down. The mother was the one who was responsible for taking down this whole operation. She noticed what he was doing in this TikTok group and these discussion forums and stuff he was involved in. And the mom and the dad called the cops on their own son. But at the end of this, we're going to ask the big question. And that is, was this actually a threat? Was this ever going to happen? That's what we're going to ask at the end of this. What do you get when you cross a spider in an ear of corn? Cobwebs? Woo! SSJ dropping bombs over there on YouTube. Couple of minutes and we're back to the court docs. Then we got jury duty on the way. Snoop Froggy says, I still blame her. There were signs they missed early. What? I'm not going to blame the mother. The mother is a hero. You know how much it takes for a mother to turn in her son? Think about that for a second. Imagine for a second that you're a woman. A task impossible unless you are a woman. Imagine you're a woman and there is a being inside of your body and that human is growing, and it stays with you for damn near 10 months. And in probably one of the most painful things that can happen to a human being, you push this human being out of a tiny slot, in some cases, on your body. And you give birth to this human. You fucking made a human. You made a human. You look at its little face and it's half you, half this person that you love or has run away, who knows? And you have this baby and you raise it up. And then at some point you decide, I'm a little spooked. I'm going to call the cops because I think that human that came from me is up to something and he's dangerous. There's a lot of gravity in that. I don't blame the mother at all. I think the mother did the right thing. She also had 19 years to form him into an upstanding citizen in society. Yeah, I can't put all of that on her. I put some of that on her. Sometimes you just get a dud. I mean, I'm not hating on the mom.
Go to Wassy's Meat Market. They'll deliver and set up your big green egg so that you'll be cooked before they leave. Follow Wassy's Meat Market on Instagram.
I worked with a guy whose son was one of the killers in the Deltona massacre case. He and his wife talked him into pleading guilty to avoid the death penalty. I just can't imagine how that would be, like, to have a kid and you go, damn, you did something so messed up, and have to be, like, pushing them into a position where you know they're going to be in prison forever or for a long time. That's a big deal. So I salute the mom. I don't think the parents did anything wrong. All right, we're coming back. Shout out incoming for Cat BH. Stand by.
Wait, what? I thought those were good for me.
Turns out, not for everyone. Because what's healthy for one person can cause inflammation for another. And the only way to really know what your body needs is to listen to it.
Listen how?
That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple, at-home gut health test that looks at your body's real-time biology using RNA to understand what's happening inside you right now. When your results come in, you'll learn exactly which foods to eat, which to avoid, and which supplements are right for you. All based on the world's largest RNA-based human biology database and thousands of clinical research studies. And many people who use Viome report more energy, better digestion, and a better mood within months. So stop guessing. Start knowing. Learn more at Viome.com/gut. V as in Victor, IOME.com/GUT. And use coupon code GUTHEALTH50 to save $50 off your purchase. Viome. Trust your gut.
The biggest FIFA World Cup ever has started.
The most goals the United States have ever scored in a World Cup game.
The only place to hear the action for free is iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Live. Lock in your preset now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Just search World Cup.
Don't miss Team USA's next match Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern against Australia.
The world is listening. Are you?
What's your case worth? Injury.com by Morgan & Morgan. Today is Mo Better with Josh Fowler, courtesy of Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys. Radio 104.1. Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star.
I'll explain in a moment here. Thanks for being with us. Welcome in. Forget the same three songs over and over and over. Welcome to the world's most viral newsroom. Let's have some fun watching what's happening on planet Earth each day. Learn more at thenewsjunkie.com.
What do you disagree with?
I want to tell you, I disagree with the person in chat who I was just arguing with during the break there a bit. Why? What did you think it was about?
Josh.
Why?
Ooh, thank God.
What did Josh say something and then I said I disagree?
It was right after the Wednesdays are Mo Better with Josh Fowler. And you're like, I got to disagree.
I disagree with that.
I didn't even hear that. I was just putting my headphones on. No, I didn't mean to take away from Josh's appearances on the show.
It's
They
okay.
are so Mo Better. But I mean to say, without a shadow of a doubt, somebody said in chat, like, the parents are still responsible in the case of the people who allegedly were behind this UFC plot to attack the UFC event at the White House. The mom and dad turned this main kid in. He was 19 years old. He was living at their house, and they saw enough behavior that they called the cops on their own son. And somebody's like, oh, they could have seen it earlier. I just disagree. I can't imagine how difficult it would be. Celine, can you imagine 18 years from now calling the cops on Jackson and being like, I need the feds to come over here. I think my son is up to no good. He's going to attack the UFC event at the White House.
I mean, is that a 911 call? I mean, are you able to, are they able to get you to the proper authorities by just like your local dispatch?
I don't know. But that's tough. As a parent to do that, that's tough. Let me go back into the court docs, and afterwards we'll decide whether or not this was like a real threat on the White House in this event or not. But here's what the court documents, the case against these folks who allegedly were planning this. It says, on June 11th, 2025, investigators conducted an interview with the 19-year-old Proper at the medical facility where he was housed. The interview was consensual. It took place in an unlocked room while a caseworker was present. During the interview, he admitted to planning with others a coordinated attack against the United States government during the UFC event scheduled to take place on the White House lawn on June 14th, Sunday in Washington, D.C. According to Proper, some of the members of the group who would participate in the attack began communicating with one another in or around March 2026 via a TikTok group called the Vanguard of the Old. Now, what the hell is a TikTok group?
I don't know.
I'm on TikTok at the News Junkie over there if you're interested, but I'm on TikTok, but I've never been in a TikTok group, so I don't know what that is.
You can create a group chat with up to 32 friends, it says.
Had no idea that was possible,
Me neither.
but that's what they did on TikTok. They created a group called Vanguard of the Old. The members of the group stated they want to protect the United States, which they believed was headed in the wrong direction. Members of the group believed the United States needed to be torn down so that it could be rebuilt. Some expressed a desire that people who were involved with Jeffrey Epstein should not govern the country. Members shared information with each other on the TikTok group to show their trustworthiness and commitment to the cause, such as identification, documents, and videos of their abilities and workouts. Now, the workouts are interesting because one of the reasons this mom called the cops and said, I think my son's going to attack the United States, was because he was working out like a little American Ninja Warrior reject in their backyard. He's hopping over hurdles. He's trying to do monkey bars with his big fat gut hanging out. His balding 19-year-old looking like his 59-year-old ass is just kind of wandering around trying to get in shape like some bootleg Al-Qaeda camp in their backyard. That's what was happening. The group was broken up into 3 tiers. Many of them had prior military experience, or so they claimed. Tier 1 had to meet physical fitness standards and acquire equipment such as body armor and firearms. He admitted to being one of the team leaders, and he did buy body armor, and he did buy firearms and ammunition with the money his parents gave him for graduating high school. He planned to take the extra body armor for other members of the group. He also planned to pick up another member of the group on the way who was hoping to acquire a firearm from a friend or his employer. Investigators identified that individual, and they said he lives in West Virginia. Proper said that although he was not going to the protest in order to shoot people, several other members of the group were intent on violence. So they said the plan as he knew it was...
Whoa, buddy. You don't get that as an out.
He says he was just part of it. He was just training. He just bought weapons and bulletproof stuff.
I just wanted to be there. The other people in the group, they were the ones that wanted to shoot people.
Yeah, I don't take me in, but they did. According to Proper, the plan as he knew it was to stage a demonstration on the north side of the White House. While the demonstration was taking place, the group would fly small unmanned aircraft like drones laden with unspecified explosive devices, which would detonate over the north side of the UFC arena. When the unmanned aircraft detonated, the intent was to force the crowd attending the UFC event and high-value targets like billionaires to evacuate to the south. Proper stated the plan was for members of his group to act as snipers and additional shooters, preferably with long guns, staged at or near the southern evacuation point. They wanted to target wealthy people and politicians to jumpstart a revolution in the United States. So they found all the info from his cell phone. They looked at all this. They saw them all working back and forth. They said it was because the people in the White House support Israel and work with AIPAC and all of these different things. Even these AI facilities utilizing too much water. Those are all their different reasons to do this. And so they charged him with conspiracy to commit an offense against the United States and some other charges. One of the things that stands out to me, and I know this is going to sound stupid, again, shouts out to the mom and dad for turning in their own son because they thought this attack might have some potential to be real. But one thing that stands out to me is if you give your kid thousands of dollars as a gift for graduating high school, and they don't immediately have some way that they plan on spending that, that's usually an indicator that something is wrong. Your child at 18 years old should be like, oh my God, I'm going to use that for my car. I'm going to get a car, or I'm going to save this money and then I can put a down payment on a place to move out, or I'm going to buy this PS5, or I'm going to get whatever, all of these things. I have heard in multiple stories like this that the kids were given money for whatever, or they worked and they just saved up all the money. They didn't have anything going on socially, so they would never spend any of the money. All the money that they got through graduation, or in some of these cases through working at like Wendy's and stuff, would be utilized to buy stuff for the plot they were working on. If your kid doesn't want to spend money that you give them on something that a kid would spend money on, that could be a red flag, 100%.
I don't know. I feel like when I got my graduation money, or whenever I would, there was the idea that I could get a bunch of money, my parents would be like, we need to put that in the bank and save it.
Yeah, but at least that's an idea. When the kid has no idea, like, oh, you just gave me thousands of dollars, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. That's a red flag. An 18-year-old, a 19-year-old should have things that they want to spend their money on. And when they don't, could be something like this. But the big question is, was this legit? Was this actually going anywhere? Let us know what you think. Let us know if you think that this would have happened if the feds or the parents or whatever didn't intervene. Or if you think, like in some of these cases, they push them in and they build the plot along and then they arrest them at the end. Actually, it didn't seem like that was happening here. The feds didn't even realize anything was happening in this TikTok chat until the parents ratted out their son.
Right.
Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com or an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com right now. So there's the details on that. There's another affidavit as well. I went over it in a shorter video that I posted up, but they've arrested 3 different people.
I only learned 3 things from that video.
Yeah, that's all I give you. That's all I give you. You're lucky you got that from me, okay? The spider curse is real, and it's causing me so many issues that I can't be too generous with those. Quickly, big thanks to, hold on, I have a couple to thank. One was Cat BH for the 10 gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Hey, that's a great way to support the show. And you did it. So thank you. You could take advantage of that and grab one of those gifted subscriptions to unlock everything on the News Junkie website, the app, and even unlock secret shows access, the uncensored shows available for you, courtesy of Cat BH. And also CB Twisted with 10 more. Oh, my God.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you for the support. I appreciate that big time. And you can make some hay out of that by claiming your gifted subscription over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, quick break. We're back with Jury Duty. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Fox One.
Some NFL news. In Jacksonville, Coach Liam Cohen says the Jags know they left meat on the bone last season.
Hello, welcome behind the scenes. Go Mike activated. Stand by. You know what? While I'm thinking of this,
the excitement of the FIFA World Cup.
Let me add these.
Streaming live on Fox One, the official English streaming platform to catch every unforgettable moment. Fox One brings the action straight to your screen.
There it is.
Never miss a goal.
CB Twisted with the 10 subs. Thank you. Got you on the leaderboard.
Win $25,000 in new impact winners for Reese Witherspoon. Pick up your phone and text the word trust right now to 20129. That's trust to 20129. Looking for 0% financing? Welcome to the home of 0% real rate Nissan. Right now,
Okay. So, the overall takeaway for me on this plot is that it wasn't one of these things where the Southern Poverty Law Center or some organization was like embedding with the bad guys. It wasn't like the feds were pretending to be bad guys and firing everybody up to plot to attack something and then throwing cuffs on them at the last minute. The sort of entrapment style bust. It was much more that there was this group on TikTok planning to attack this event at the White House. At least some of them seem to be taking it seriously. Some of them seem to have a potential for violence and all sorts of different motivations. And if it wasn't for the mother and father, they might have actually tried something here. So, I mean, we'll never know. That's the thing. We'll never actually know if they were going to attempt to pull off this plot were somebody to have not been arrested. That's the thing. Doesn't look like the feds? Well, the feds weren't involved until the end. SPLC looks really bad in text form. It does, doesn't it? Looks like a giant eye hanging out there between that P and C. Couple minutes and we're back with jury duty. That Knicks ticker tape parade will be tomorrow during the show. Okay, just getting ready for jury duty. How many of you are fans of Top Gear? Any Top Gear fans?
Geographic atrophy, or GA.
Top Gear?
Could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Top Gear fans, Jeremy Clarkson has announced that he has aggressive prostate cancer. Jeremy Clarkson, the titular character on Top Gear, announcing that he has prostate cancer. I guess they found it early enough that he thinks he'll be able to survive this and be around for a bit longer. But if you've never seen the original, well, the main Top Gear with Jeremy Clarkson, there are some awesome specials where they toured the world in really, really great chemistry. Know What I Love Clarkson's Farm? That's one of his best spin-offs, I think. Hey, being new to the chat, I don't want to hurt Sean's feelings, but why does that spot on his chin grow and then disappear and it's coming back? Why are you guys freaking out? It's like gray hair in my beard, you weirdos. It's gray hair that comes in on my face. There's nothing, people were calling it a pimple before. It's like a couple of gray hairs on my face. You guys are weird. What the fuck, man? Mark says, I've named my cat the Stig. Oh. The Stig was a race driver that was featured on the show Top Gear, if you don't know. It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor. All right, here we go.
That they want you to go through their painless procedure, and 98% of men see results right there in the office, right there, same day. So if you're still relying on pills, if you're having to up your dose, it's time to call Premier Men's Medical Center. They're getting guys back to where they should be and feel like themselves again. They're offering a free consultation, but you've got to call now. 407-723-7533. It's 407-723-7533. Don't overthink it. Just call the incredibly helpful, the incredibly knowledgeable folks at Premier Men's Medical Center and find them online at premiermensmedical.com.
When you hear a good deal, it's natural to do a double take. That's what you might do when you hear Discover will automatically double all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Radio. Radio.
104.1. If it's important to you, it's on.
Welcome in, friends. Good to see you. Jury duty on the way. And then we're going to pop into the Power Hour, the final hour of the show. We'll see what's happening there and many, many things, many clips to get into. Lots of stuff. So many tabs loaded up that my rejoins are slow, as I said, and we're going to fire them all off in the Power Hour on the show. Okay, let's get into it, friends. Here we go. Let's do jury duty. Damn this ceiling.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Should I refresh it? Should
I don't know what you did to it.
I didn't do anything. It's just Drop Slinger, a Christopher Lane production, is slow as can be.
The C-Lane joint.
Yeah, it is. This is so slow.
How many
right
tabs do you have open?
I don't think it's the tabs. Hang on.
Now you don't think it's the tabs.
Well, I did before, but okay. Oh, I restarted it, and now it seems fast. Hang on. What if I just hit jury duty? Let's try. Like, imagine I didn't do that other part, right? Just wash that out.
All the bitching? Imagine that.
Yeah. Imagine that was
pretend
gone.
that didn't happen?
And then I was just like, let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
You really shrewded it on the opportunity to not hit the button for a couple seconds and be like, what's going on? What's going on, C-Lane? Who should be a better Coderino, C-Lane?
You could have been. But it worked that time. I had to blow into the cartridge and just made it all fixed. There is a lot to get to in jury duty, brought to you by the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo, 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. It's easy to do. If there's been an accident, you ring up Moses DeWitt and you call him to battle the insurance companies. Your case is something of value. And these attorneys, that's why they're all over these billboards and stuff trying to get your attention. But I don't think a lot of them are going to treat you the way you deserve to be treated. You deserve for somebody to sit there, listen to you, fight for you, treat you like a human being, and that's what's going to happen. Just call Mo, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. All right, there is an investigation underway after a private plane crashed into a Texas highway late on Tuesday night, killing one person, sending 5 other occupants to the hospital. Here's some of the details. I think this is Good Morning America.
George, good morning. This was really terrifying. The FAA telling us this morning that the plane was flying from one of the biggest tourist destinations in the world, Cabo, heading to Texas. And now this morning, we have this dramatic video.
Wow, he's breathless.
This morning, dramatic video capturing the race to save passengers on board this plane after it crashed onto a Texas highway, killing one person.
They had to bash the windows open.
Flipped over Cessna Citation Latitude. Good Samaritans and emergency responders rushing in to help the 6 people on board. A person can be seen in the cockpit as they attempt to smash the window.
Wow.
Smoke billowing out of the opening as it fills the cabin.
It looked like a horror movie.
The private jet had taken...
What did she say?
Looked like a horror movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she said it looked like a Gulf War movie. She said it looked like a horror movie?
Yeah, it looked like a Gulf War movie.
Hang on, let me go back.
Reminds me of those Gulf War movies.
A horror movie.
The private jet as it fills the cabin.
It looked like a horror movie.
Yeah,
the private jet had taken off from San Jose del Cabo en route to Austin, but diverted to Laredo when the plane suffered a mechanical issue.
We received a radio call from our local airport tower, indicating that they had an aircraft that was in trouble. that they had lost communication with,
his phone
with
ringing?
the aircraft.
Yeah.
This dash cam video capturing
That was
it
the
crashing
airport
just
tower
after
going,
10
"Did you find
p.m.,
it?"
coming down, striking one vehicle before sliding down the road, sparks fly.
Be advised, we have one patient, 10-4. He wrecked into the plane wing.
Wow.
5 of the people on the plane were taken to a local hospital in stable condition.
It's crazy them smashing the windows and trying to open the staircase of the Cessna just on a street. It's like it's rolled over on a street where you shouldn't be actually seeing this. I don't think this counts as on a plane, folks. It's on the ground. It's not. I don't think it counts.
When I first saw the footage of this, or when I first saw just the stills of it, it looked like people were trying to roll the plane over. And I was like, oh, that seems like a hard thing to do, even on a really small, what's the word for that? Really small place. Yeah.
What a shocker, what a surprise. It's a tough story as long as it flies. This next clip is wild and insane, and as you might have guessed, we're back on a plane.
It's less fun for disasters. It's
You did something really warped there. You switched back to the video of the Cessna on fire on the ground while the plane song was playing. So if somebody just clips the little plane ditty and the flaming plane, and they're like, "This is what happens on this show. This is a show that people listen to and watch, and this is what they do. They have." This is like the juxtaposition of the plane song and the plane on fire.
It's hard not to go to the thing that's moving, and that feed was moving.
I know this is hyper visual, but can we just recreate that again?
I don't want to. I feel bad about it.
I want to know how you feel. I'm going to hold this video so that every time you play that song, I combat it with the video.
Your rejoins are going to slow down again.
Hit play on that. Sing. Yeah.
Hold on.
All right. There you go.
What a shocker, what a surprise. It's a tough story as long as it flies.
I didn't hit that.
This next clip is wild and insane, and as you might have guessed, we're back on a plane.
It's different.
It's so much worse.
Yeah.
It's so much worse.
It was both a shocker and a surprise.
It's so much darker when you're playing the B-roll footage of the plane. Unfortunately, those folks only, I guess 5 of them were taken. It says officers and bystanders rescue people after a private jet crashes in Laredo, Texas. 1 of the 6 people on board were killed. 5 others were taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation. Unbelievable that anybody survived that. Unbelievable. All right, there you go. We're not on a plane any longer. We're getting off a plane. When we come back, we're going to do this. We're going to get to a grab bag segment because I got to work in these clips that are slowing down my rejoins. I can't take it anymore. I've got some really good stuff I want to play for you. We're going to start off with the kid phone ban thing. And one thing that you just absolutely have to, you have to hear this because I think it's going to change your mind on how you feel about this issue. Plus, whenever they come out with these TikTok trends, I'm often like, I don't know that this is a TikTok trend. I've never been more sure that this isn't a real TikTok trend, but I'll tell you what's happening, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $2,500 is just minutes away with the $250K USA giveaway, presented by HBN Bath on Real Radio 104.1.
There's a crash blocking all eastbound lanes on Colonial Drive at Chaluta Road. Westbound lanes are slowing down as well. Use Lake Pickett Road as an alternate route. There's an accident reported on I-4 eastbound near Altamont Drive. Not too much to worry about on the major roadways right now. Just some familiar delays on I-4, but no serious accidents time yet. But if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Summer means a whole lot of extra miles. Last place you want your engine to give out is halfway to nowhere. That's why every oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change includes an 18-point maintenance check. Valvoline
Instant Oil. Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Skull Mike activated. Sealand's going to get canceled for that. 85% sure. Song I was looking for.
People are loving what's happening now at IDC, the lowest finance rates in America. That's right, now for a limited time, you can get 0% financing for 5 whole years on just about every piece of jewelry in our showroom. So if you pick that $8,000 engagement ring and pay just $134 a month, or that $4,000 pair of diamond stud earrings at just $67 a month. International Diamond Center makes it happen with this incredible limited time offer. Just pick any
Come on.
over 5 years without paying a dime in interest. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, designer jewelry, colored gemstones, even certified diamonds are included. Whether your budget is $2,000 or $200,000, this is the smartest.
That's what we're doing. Screw it.
Advantage of this once-a-year event. 0% finance rates till 2031, store-wide. Only at Internet.
They told me I couldn't do it. I'm doing it anyway.
My obstructive hypertrophic cardiomyopathy kept me from baseball games with my boys. The stairs were too much. With Camzyos, my symptoms have improved and I can be more active again. Camzyos is a cardiac myosin inhibitor, the first in its class to treat adults with symptomatic OHCM. Camzyos may improve your symptoms and ability to be active, and it reduced obstruction in the heart 4 times more.
In a 30-week study, Camzyos, Mavacam, reduced post-exercise obstruction on average 47 units of pressure. Results may vary. Camzyos may cause serious side effects.
Okay, there we go. So that's 220.
Want a big green egg? For the lowest price anywhere.
Here's
to
where we're gonna
Rossi's
fade
Meat.
in.
They'll deliver and set up your big
Give
green
it a
egg
2-second run up.
before they leave.
Okay, ready for today alert.
Or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure.
2 minutes.
Do not drive or
And we're back live on the show for the Power Hour.
eye injection or
For the Power Hour.
you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for
Are you out there battling peacocks, Chaos?
40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins.
Now you know how I feel. 90 seconds. YouTube's gonna pull the plug. They're not gonna get that. It's too low. I think. We'll see. I'll tell you if I get a copyright notch on it. I'll just clear that segment out if I do.
Covered by most insurances. Call 407-706-9137.
1 minute.
Don't wait.
Power Hour.
9137 for free information today.
I need a powder hour? You mean like, as in nose candy?
USA Big Clinics can call 407-706-9137 for fast, easy, and
Claim these gifts. I'm going to give a shout out on the air in just a second, but there are still 14 left. Don't forget, a live secret show tomorrow night, since it's Thursday at 8 p.m. Secret show's live right here in the studio. We're coming back.
06-9137.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
England is beginning its World Cup journey, and Captain Harry Kane feels optimistic about their chances to lift the trophy for the first time in 60 years.
It's one of the best opportunities we will have as a team to win it, and I think everyone is eager, just first of all, just start well.
England taking on Croatia today. Last night, Lionel Messi scored 3 times for Argentina, tying the all-time World Cup goals record.
For live Fox coverage, search World Cup now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Now, your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Birthday. That's birthday. Enter it now.
Real Radio 104.1.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock. This is
Just a moment. Shouts out to all our pool guys out there. You have popped into the headlines for once. You have made it into the headlines. I know you didn't think it was possible. People probably thought pool guys are not going to come into the equation on the News Junkie, but they were wrong about that, C-Lane. They were wrong because CNN is doing some investigative journalism, I guess. This is what they're calling this. The Very Large Reflecting Pool, which I don't know if you guys know this, but it's quite a big-ass pool by the Washington Monument. 6.5 million gallons.
Pool guy.
Yeah, I would hope so. I would hope there's a bunch of them out there. But everybody's whining now because it's got a bunch of algae in it after they painted the thing. And CNN's showing up, and they're like taking a scoop of the pool and bringing it to the pool store, or actually going. You could do this if you don't know. Like you could take
a water bottle.
Yeah. Like you could take a sample of your pool and you could bring it to the pool store and you go, "Can you tell me what's wrong with my water?" And they'll tell you, "Oh, you got some nitrates. You got some nitrates in here." And they're like, "Ah, damn, what can I do about that?" Nothing. Just drain the pool, start over. Whatever they'll say. But that's what they were doing in this particular case because the reflecting pool had algae. And it's got everybody fired up. There's some people saying that there was a sabotage and that left-wing people came by and put fertilizer in the water to purposely start an algae bloom.
Well, maybe it was to
make it look bad.
Might have been the same people that killed the grass that tried to spell 8647.
We might have to go to whatever store. I don't know if it's like an Ace Hardware or what it is that's nearby the White House and start inquiring as to what people are buying there. So some conspiracy theorists are saying that there was fertilizer added in here to make the algae bloom worse. Other people are saying we spent a whole bunch of money on changing the reflection pool and it's way worse and now it's green and this is embarrassing. We're making our pool look bad in front of the World Cup travelers, for God's sake. CNN is on the case. Let's see what they say.
And we're going to scoop up a water sample to see if we can get this tested.
Get it.
Thank God.
Paul. Yeah. Paul.
CNN independently took the sample of water and consulted with a pool store that regularly tests water to help read the results. It showed phosphate levels far higher than what is recommended to keep algae at bay based on estimates for a pool that holds 6.5 million gallons of water.
All right. From my experience here as a pool owner, the only way to handle this is to shock the reflecting pool. We need to shock it.
Probably.
Yeah, sure. So if you get algae in your pool, I've had this in my pool before. If you get algae in your pool, you have to shock it with chlorine or bleach. You can put bleach in it too, because I think chlorine and bleach do the same thing. I don't know. I don't know how it all works. But you can utilize both of those. And if you do this, all you have to do is just shock it. So if we get like 1,000 Americans to each buy one jug of bleach and they pour their jug of bleach into the reflecting pool, it should ace out all of that algae that you see and kill it off.
Sure.
With the ultimate pool shock. Although 1,000 might not be enough. I don't know. I don't know how much you need. It's such a big pool. So many millions of gallons that you might be in more trouble here. Somebody says pool needs water flow constantly and this doesn't seem to be flowing. I don't think there's a lot of flow in the reflecting pool. It just doesn't look better. That's what I'm going to tell you. It's pretty green right now.
If there's already some phosphate fertilizer in the water, that's really opportunistic, especially for the blue-green algae that can fix nitrogen. So they are having a field day out here, probably.
The Department of Interior says they believe some of the initial problem was residual algae that had accumulated in pipes and insists the filtration system called the ozone nanobubbler.
Yeah, the what?
The ozone nanobubbler.
Did Trump name
sounds
this?
like a bong.
What did Trump call the weapon that we used in Venezuela?
The discombobulator?
What did she say it was called?
The ozone nanobubbler.
Hold on.
System called the ozone nanobubbler
is that real? The ozone nanobubbler? Ozone nanobubbler. It does kind of sound. Did one of you say it sounds like something you get at a head shop?
Yeah, that was Josh.
You just wander into, Happy Days or whatever the local head shop is called. And you're like, I'm here to try to get the ozone nanobubbler. This is what I'm looking for.
Sold out, man.
I guess it's real. The ozone nanobubbler. All right.
How much does one of those cost?
I don't think they have one big enough to handle this. But there's crews out there working on it.
I don't think it needs to be nano if it's the reflecting pool. I think it needs to be just maybe an ozone mega bubbler.
Yeah, we need as much as we can get. They also are putting hydrogen peroxide in there, which is how my dad would handle it.
The pool got a little scrape?
Put a little hydrogen peroxide in there. It'll be okay. They said that there's something to this. We're fighting off the algae in this thing.
With the National Park Service, we're at the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool.
WUSA here.
Green algae that popped up over the weekend. The algae appeared just days after a multi-million-dollar renovation to paint and clean the pool had just finished.
All I'm saying is, if you paid a couple mil to get your pool done 14. And it was green afterwards, how much? 14 mil?
Yeah.
You paid 14 mil to get your pool done and it was green afterwards. Those people better get out there with our tax dollars and get rid of the algae in here. I expect this to be a nice pool. I expect it to be a nice temperature. And I expect there to be no algae in the reflecting pool at all. We've paid a lot, $14 million. This is what we get. If this was at my house, I would send them all back. I'd send them packing. And I'd say, I got reverse packing. I'd send them back to the house. And I'd say, fix the pool. What the hell have you done?
John Duran was at the reflecting pool today and shows us the work being done.
On either end of the 2,000-foot-long pool, generators were roaring.
Stand by to start the power hour.
On the west end, crews used nets to scoop out the algae. Others guided tubes that sucked out the dirty water and sent it down the drain. The work and the water's color caught the attention of passersby.
It's real green.
It looks it's funny because it's probably brought in more tourists than ever. Everybody's gathering around the reflecting pool and taking pictures.
They might be wanting to come to see the renovation, the $14 million. And what did they do? Just paint the bottom or something?
American flag blue.
Yeah.
And they painted it a nice blue color as opposed to what color was it before?
I don't
some other color? Some not blue color. And then when they fill it back up, it turns all algae.
And after they painted it, I'm assuming it was after they painted it.
I want a refund.
Trump posted on Truth Social a side-by-side of the pool, and on the right side it says Trump on top, and on the left side it says Hussein Obama, and on the left side the pool looks a lot worse. It's the same picture. It's just edited. It's the same damn picture, and because everybody was like, really, the clouds are exactly the same, and the birds waiting in the pool are exactly the same. It's so weird how in the Hussein Obama version, it looks like it's just you altered the colors.
It doesn't look good. I'll just be real about this. Known Badger on Twitch says they painted it dark, which probably makes it warmer, and the algae bloom was probably imminent. It is true that if the water is warmer, it makes the algae more likely to form. And that's when you can get more algae problems, as opposed to like the winter and stuff when the algae blooms don't happen.
Yeah, that's what they teach you in pool school. When the water is warmer, it's a good algae former.
That's what they say. Yeah. There's a whole song and everything. It's done to snows and former. Just so you know, if you ever catch that out there, that's what's going on. But they've got the pool. They're working on it. It's going to be fine. 14 mil well spent. Everything's going to be fine. I definitely want a refund, but everything's going to be fine here in just a moment. All right, let's get into it. Let's kick it off officially. Let's do the power hour.
They said it couldn't be done. Then they said,
Hiroshima no Katoki.
It's time for the power hour on the News Junkie.
I almost just spit all over my laptop.
You always take a sip of your water. You're like, oh, here's a good time to sip my water.
No way it's going to be funny.
I did think it was going to be a good time. I have to get a sip of water every now and then. I did not figure. What is that from?
You were doing the Japanese guy that was doing the World Cup interview.
Okay, that guy was fantastic. Do you have that handy to play again, or was just a one and done kind of thing?
Oh, no, I have it. It's there.
All right. Hiroshima no Katoki. All right, I got some dispatches from you guys. So let's see what you have as we roll along in the power hour. But before we play those, I want to play this clip that I said is kind of a game changer. And we're in this world where in the UK they just announced that under 16s are going to be banned from social media, that little kid was so upset. They said, you spent 9 hours this past weekend on your phone. It's going to free up all this time. What are you going to do with the extra time that you can't go on social media? And she said, stare at a wall. She said, I'll probably just stare at a wall. And the kids are going to be banned there. Now there's more pushes. It's happening all around the world.
Is it just me, though, or they said she spent 9 hours on the phone over the course of a weekend?
Yeah.
That's not that much, right?
I mean, I think that 4.5 hours a day for a kid on a phone, that's a lot. You just got more on yours. That's why you're saying that, right?
Maybe.
All right. Let's see. I have 1 hour and 32 minutes so far today. Oh, my God. What did that just say? That can't be right. Average of 9 hours every day? That's what mine said? Wow. That's because when I go for my walk, I'm listening to stuff.
That's not. This is screen time.
Yeah, I must somehow. How else does it count? I think the screen time locks in. I think it locks in when I've got it in my like when I'm listening to YouTube or something. That's so much. It's really embarrassing. Yesterday, 13 hours. There's no way. It says I spent 6 hours and 7 minutes on Google Chrome. No, something has gone wrong. I'll have to look into this. Anyhow,
I have a lot of hours today, but it's also counting my iPad.
Oh, is it? It's counting multiple devices. Oh, then it might count all these devices around me then.
Yeah, because it says I've spent 3 hours on the website specifically that does our YouTube chat. So
okay.
So it's doing
I
the
see
whole
what's
thing.
happening. Yeah, I see what's happening here. So a lot of parents are doing a lot of things to try to get the devices out of their kids' hands, save for C-Lane, who's shoving a device in his son Jackson's hand as much as possible. Here you go, Jackson.
Not true.
Watch Bluey, have fun. Let the Australians rot your brain. A flip phone is out there that blocks all social media and all web browsing, and it's called the Commodore Callback. It is a very simple phone.
Oh, I know who invented that.
Who? Hiroshima Nokatuki. I don't know why. I didn't have any clue where that was going. Famed inventor of the Commodore Callback. Hiroshima Nokatuki. He also created the nano bubbler for the White House reflection pool. It's underperforming right now. Not performing like we'd want it to. And there's some other ones, too, that still allow you to have, like, Google Maps and whatnot. But you have this Commodore callback phone. Here's another version of it. Here's the kicker. The phone that you have to give your kid that's the dumb phone that blocks all these things that are bad for him is $499.
All right, no.
Jeez.
If you ask me, Hiroshima Nabadabada, whatever his name is,
Nakatsuki,
is overcharging for these phones. If you cut out all the technology on my kid's phone, I don't want it to cost $499 anymore.
This is the very same thing that's like if I am trying to be better and then I spend January not drinking and I go to the store and I pick up like a no alcohol bottle of liquor or something, right? Like a zero tequila, but it's still $40. Why am I paying $40 for this?
Doesn't make any sense.
You took
I agree.
out all the fun parts and you're still charging all the money.
And if that makes any sense, then if I go over and get the Everclear, it should be virtually free because the alcohol wasn't the problem. That's not what was costing money.
Apparently.
So the pure alcohol, anyways, they're charging $499. The only thing that has worked so far is in Ireland, they just told the kids, I didn't even know this was an option. Jackson has no idea that this is an option. You could do this right now. They told the kids in Ireland, here's the deal. You just can't have phones. That's it. Game over. None of the kids get to have phones. Here's one of the journalists talking to these kids for CBS. These are the kids in Ireland. Tell me if you think this is good. Here we go.
Raise your hand if you have a smartphone.
No hands. Not one.
It's like dangerous, especially social media. Scientists did this brain scan of, it's the same like brain as people. They're thinking the same thing if they're scrolling and drinking alcohol.
So it sounds like you don't even want phones.
Hold on. That would make me want to scroll.
I think he's referring to the dopamine hits you get from your phone.
Okay, so this kid's like, I don't want my phone. It's the same dopamine hit from alcohol. And he's saying he doesn't want it. They brainwashed these kids. It worked. It's effective. They made them not even want their phones. None of these kids in Ireland even have a phone anymore.
It's the same brain as people. They're thinking the same thing if they're scrolling and drinking alcohol.
So it sounds like you don't even want phones.
Not really.
These kids are from a little Irish town that was way ahead of the curve. After COVID, parents and teachers noticed higher levels of anxiety among kids, so they took phones away from them and out of schools.
All right.
3 years later, the kids are loving it.
I'm talking to my friends more. I'm interacting face to face. I'm not worried about what notification I have.
So everybody is happy in a phone-free school.
Yeah.
Your teachers.
Is there a gun off camera somewhere? What is happening here? The kids are all happy that they don't have phones. If we just push them, this is one of the problems we have in America. We give the kids too much power. If you just take charge and be like, hey, we're the adults, you're the kids. They have to do stuff. We can push them into the corner. We can make them do stuff. And then when they do it, they're like, you know what? I'm glad I don't have my phone.
Not when they're 2.5.
2.5 is a little young. It's tough to try. But these kids are in middle school, I think, maybe, or high school, and they don't have their phones, and they like it.
Said that through these years, when they took the phones away, that kids were sleeping better and focusing better. Do you guys believe that?
Yeah. But we noticed that anxiety isn't completely gone, particularly around issues of AI.
AI is actually very bad for the environment.
Oh, God.
I'm pretty sure jobs are dying, yeah.
He is
Jobs
correct.
are going down.
He's right, yeah.
More than a dozen countries in Europe are considering social media regulations for young people. The kids we spoke to in Ireland are for it.
Social media is something that should be regulated until a certain age.
Isn't it in Australia under 16?
Is social media.
I think that is one of the best laws ever.
What is happening?
Yeah, this is. I get the same weird feeling when I hear a bunch of kids go we really wish there were uniforms at our school.
Yeah.
Why do you wish there were uniforms at your school? Because then I don't have to worry about what I'm going to wear.
Wow.
How
They're
much time have you
excited.
been worrying about what you're going to wear?
These kids are excited about not having a phone. Tell us what you think. Send us a dispatch or an email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. I've got a lot of dispatches coming in, so we'll start working those in a bit, and then we'll get into the extras. Boy, do I have many clips to play for you. And Drop Slinger seems to be working better than ever, just kicking ass over here and taking names. Plus, I'll pay off that TikTok trend tease from just a bit earlier, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram @Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic starting to back up on I-4 eastbound. Before that State Road 408 exit, there's a crash causing some stop and go. Traffic's backed up from OBT. Westbound on I-4 approaching the beach line, there's an accident causing some delays there. Looks like traffic's starting to get by on Colonial at Chaluda Road. Just look out for emergency crews still in the area. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Every now and then you find a deal that actually feels like a win. With Straight Talk Wireless, you get more and pay less. Now that's a good deal. No contracts, no credit checks, no surprises, all on Verizon's 5G network. Find it in the same place you've always found straightforward prices, exclusively at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
Homeowners, I want to tell you that you should have a drawer in your house somewhere. I know you probably already do. And in that drawer, all the people that can help you out with things like your lawn or your irrigation system for your sprinklers or your car, you put those business cards in there, or maybe just be newfangled and save them in your phone. But it's hard to find people that are really good and really honest. It's tough. I think that I've got one for you here with Mills Air, though, because every time I've used them, they are far too honest. I think you guys could have really taken me out back and taken all the money out of my bank account and fleeced me. I don't know how my AC even works, but they do. And they're actually interested in making people who are customers for life happy over there at Mills Air. So if your air conditioner is blowing warm, if you're doing that thing where you're putting your hand in front of the AC opening and something's not right, reach out to Mills Air. 407-277-1159. 407-277-1159. They'll come out. They'll help you out. They'll get you all fixed for a really great deal. Then they'll hand you that business card. Put it in that drawer. That's going to be the company you can trust. If you forget the number, remember, they're online at millsair.com.
Our iHeartRadio.
Hello. What do we think about those Irish kids? I wish the kids felt the same here in the United States. Yeah, but isn't that the point? Maybe the kids in the United States have been given too much autonomy. Why are we letting them have a say in this at all? Why do we, like, in the United States, we must be one of the only countries on the planet where we let kids sue for stuff. I remember when kids were suing for climate change, like adults were ruining their planet or some horseshit. And the kids had like a case. Obviously there's adults utilizing them as a tool for this propaganda move. But they're like suing for climate change. And I've seen kids threaten to like sue if their own parents take their devices away from them. Or if the schools refuse to allow them to have their cell phones. And then they found things, they're like, well, you wouldn't want to take our phone away from us if there was a school shooting, would you? And they utilize all these things because at the end of the day, they know they can control the adults. But if the adults just say, no, you're not doing it. Look at these little Irish kids. They're happy. I didn't even have a dumb phone and no social media until 16. No boundaries, parenting, or guardrails. True. True. They're Irish, they want alcohol, not a phone. Well, they thought that the phone gave them the same feeling as alcohol, and they still didn't want the phone. What's that say? Power Hour rolls on. Hey, the reviews are starting to come in for Toy Story 5, everybody. It's got a really good Rotten Tomatoes already, but people are saying it's the lowest rated Toy Story. Oh, it must suck. It's the lowest rated Toy Story. I'll bring it up live. Let's see. Toy Story 5. Rotten Tomatoes. Toy Story 5. Got a 94% so far. A 94%. As the reviewers get their hands on this. 126 reviews, 94%. The haters are already saying it's like the lowest rated Toy Story. It's a piece of junk. 94% seems pretty good for the 5th installment of something. But you got Taylor Swift with her song. You got the conversation that we just had about kids and digital devices versus old-fashioned toys. I think this movie is going to do pretty well at the box office. I think it's going to make $130 million plus in the opening weekend. I think it's going to do well. Max says, can't wait to watch it and cry again. Which one was the one where they almost died? 3? 4? Where they're in the dumpster and they're like, and they're all going down toward the fire at the bottom of the dumpster and you're like, they're done for! 90 seconds. Was that 3? Night Nurse says, I can't wait to see it with my adult kids. We watched all the others. Night Nurse, how crazy is that? Wasn't the first Toy Story in like 1995? So if you had kids at that time, now you're watching the 5th Toy Story with them, and it's 30 years later, 31 years later. That's crazy. Wild. All right, here we go.
Body needs is to listen to it.
Listen how?
That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple at-home gut health test that looks at your body's real-time biology using RNA to understand what's happening inside you right now. When your results come in, you'll learn exactly which foods to eat, which to avoid, and which supplements are right for you, all based on the world's largest RNA-based human biology database and thousands of clinical research studies. And many people who use Viome report more energy, better digestion, and a better mood within months. So stop guessing. Start knowing. Learn more at Viome.com/gut. V as in Victor, IOME.com/GUT. And use coupon code GUTHEALTH50 to save $50 off your purchase. Viome. Trust your gut.
Joy is essential and it's also elusive. But now there's a new and exciting way to start your journey toward a more joyful existence. Joy 101. It's a new podcast hosted by me, Hoda Kotb. If you're craving inspiration to maximize your joy, tune into these candid, uplifting, and moving on-air chats. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Joy 101, and listen now. Joy 101 with Hoda Kotb is presented by CVS.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Now, your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Birthday. That's birthday. Enter it now.
Today is Mo Betta with Josh Fowler, courtesy of Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys. Your front row seat to the most viral stories in the world. This is
alleged trend that's happening that I don't believe is a trend. This always happens. And so much more on the way as the Power Hour rolls on the show. Don't forget, claim those gifted subscriptions courtesy of some very generous listeners, or subscribe to support the show over on the newsjunkie.com. There are still 13 or so left from CB Twisted and Cat BH. What does this get you? It gets you full, unfiltered, unfettered access to the newsjunkie.com. And all the features therein. It gives you the ad-free live stream that you can watch when you're logged in and subscribed over on the newsjunkie.com. It gives you full access to the soundboard. It gives you full access to See It Now. And, of course, you unlock uncensored secret shows. Now, on Friday, nobody else who's not a secret show subscriber is going to have a new show. People are going to be like, we can't tune in. There's nothing new. But you secret show subscribers will have an unending well, including a brand new secret show.
Am I able to add to the soundboard?
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
What do you have that you want to put
What do you think, man?
Oh, not that one. Hiroshima no Katoki. We don't need to put that on there.
You want to see how close you got to that guy's name?
How close?
You actually did pretty good. His name is
Hirochika Nakakuki.
Hiroshima no Katoki. It's
Close
not
enough.
that bad. Yeah, it's. I
mean, if you didn't have the context, it would sound like you were just doing a Japanese accent, and you don't know many words, so you picked Hiroshima because of things.
Yeah. I thought you butchered Nagasaki.
No, I wasn't saying Hiroshima Nagasaki. I was saying the guy's name. I was very close.
Hirochika Nakakuki.
Yeah, Nakakuki. Hiroshima Nakakuki.
Very close.
I'm a professional. This is accuracy on display over here. So you can dive down the rabbit hole. Unlock
English, but I am excited.
Unlock secret shows and bring yourself in some new content. Because here's the deal. On Fridays, usually I post the secret shows at 5 p.m. But since it's a federal holiday and we're off on Friday, I'm going to post it first thing in the morning. So those of you who are waking up to like a best of show can go, oh, that's right. I got the new secret show, and you can unlock it there. Now you can subscribe, which would be great. Just do that and subscribe and throw your support behind the show. Or you can get access through the free subscriptions that are up there. Oh, they just gobbled a bunch of them. But there's a couple of them left still from CB Twisted and Cat BH. So get those until they're gone. You can't get them anymore over on the newsjunkie.com. Now, here's what I wanted to talk about. Toy Story 5 is out there. The reviewers are getting their reviews in. And it started off, people were saying it's the lowest rated film of the franchise. It was still 92. I think I just looked at it at 94. Yeah, it's at 94 now with 120 some odd reviews. These are just from the reviewers. I don't care about the reviewers. If I hit a button and every movie reviewer in the country blew up, I would be fine with the outcome of that. I care about what the audience is, the regular people. I care about what you, the normal people, I care about what you think about this stuff. The craziest thing is the Toy Story 5. We talked about this before, I think. The first one was in 98. I thought it was 5.
Oh, it could be.
I mean, if so, that's 30.
Yeah, 95. 95.
Right? So if you had a kid and you brought your little kid to the first one, now your kid is a grown-ass adult, maybe even with a kid of his own.
Well, think about Taylor Swift doing the song for it, and when she released it, or they interviewed her for it, or maybe it was just part of her statement, she was like, "Yeah, I remember watching the first Toy Story, when I was in like kindergarten or something." I mean, how old was Taylor Swift in 95?
Oh, young. Yeah, God, it's unbelievable. But Toy Story is going to be in the theaters very soon. I think it's going to do huge. I think it'll make 130 million plus. I think it'll be obviously number one with a bullet when it comes out. The 5th installment of this. It's been a very, very fun ride going on all these journeys. But now the move is that they're talking about something we just discussed on the show. They're talking about kids and old school toys versus all the new school screens. That's the underlying plot, or one of them, to the new Toy Story movie. Will that resonate with these audiences? Will that change the way these kids are? Will it turn them all into like these little Irish kids that we just had in the last segment in that clip that don't even want their cell phones anymore? Probably not. But worth a try at the very least. Staying on the topic of movies, they announced the first trailer for Shrek 5. Shrek 5, I have a couple of things about this. Number one,
woke Shrek?
Shrek 5 won't even be out until 2027.
What?
I don't know. Did they get woke in the new Shrek? Is there something?
People were saying that when they
when
the first trailer came out, because the daughter had like colored hair or something. So they're like, woke Shrek.
Does she have like a nose piercing?
Yeah, she
and
did, actually.
Political affiliation posters or something? Shrek 5. I know this is maybe one of my more unpopular takes on this show, but I still will say it. I hate all the Shrek movies. I think they stink.
Buddy.
I think they stink on fire. I think as far as animated movies,
even
Shrek
the
is
first one?
Hated it.
The first one goes hard.
First one's great.
I like the clips and I like the characters. I like Shrek. I like the donkey with Eddie Murphy's voice. I like some of that stuff. But the overall journey of watching a Shrek movie, every time I get bored and I'm like, this is stupid. I don't care about Shrek I like the clips, but I don't like the entirety of the movie. I don't want it. Shrek 5 still probably going to do big numbers. People do love it. I know they do. They're hugely successful. I know I'm in the minority here. I get it. But I thought all of the Shrek movies sucked. I thought they were boring. I thought they were not good. Not anywhere near the caliber of the Toy Story movies, in my not humble at all opinion. But Shrek 5 is coming out June 30th, 2027. If we're still around, if the reflecting pool still exists, if the algae hasn't taken over Washington, D.C. We shall see. And the other one, and I have to say, I just fundamentally think this is a bad idea. It fundamentally seems like a bad idea.
Shrek 6.
Austin Powers 4 is happening.
Good year for Mike Myers.
According to the rumors, and I hope the rumors are not true, but Austin Powers 4 is happening, they say, according to Mike Myers. Oh, is this like an interview where he mentions this? I'm not playing this whole thing. France vs. Senegal featuring Mike Myers. Trevor Noah has like a whole video of Mike Myers and them watching the World Cup.
All right.
I'm going to pass on that. But I guess at some point when they talk about this with Trevor Noah, Mike Myers says they're working on the 4th Austin Powers. Like they're cooking it up right now. I don't know if that's going to work, but let us know what you think. Austin Powers, I think that was a thing that works in the time capsule. So like when it came out, like, yeah, baby. Groovy, baby. What does he say? I don't know.
Behave.
Oh, behave, right? Like all of the things that Austin Powers did, shagadelish, whatever the stupid stuff was that he said, all of these stupid things, right? They don't work in 2026. The kids aren't going to be shagadelish. They're not going to...
Shagadelish?
Whatever it is, they're not going to want to do that in 2026. They're not going to be Randy, baby. They're not going to want to do any of these things. Nothing is shagadelish with the kids in 2026. It's just not going to work. But if you think it's going to work, then let us know. Give us your thoughts. Send those over at the last minute here at thenewsjunkie.com or on the app or tips@thenewsjunkie.com. All right, when we come back, I'll finally get that trend story in with the final dispatches stories that didn't make the cut.
Waiting long to hear about this TikTok trend.
Yeah, I know you got your breath is bated over there, but I've made you wait. Well, the waiting and baiting is over.
Well, the first one we heard about was the, drone bomb the UFC fight trend. So that started in a TikTok group. So I think people are interested.
It did. This is different. We're going to see. We have a little bit of time when we come back, and we'll work all that in. Plus, today I learned to wrap it up for a Wednesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Real Music Weekends are Classic Alternative.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting another hot, humid.
Oh, my God. Sealand has just informed me that we do not have a lot of time, so I'm going to have to do the fastest segment in the history of this show when we come back. The fastest segment ever. Don't forget, the announcement about the future of the show is tomorrow on the stream. Do not miss it. The Game Changer announcement tomorrow on the show. Now, take a moment and hit that like button if you don't mind. It doesn't take a lot of effort from you, but it does help us out. Stop. Collaborate, listen, and hit the like button just to up those numbers a little bit on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. Okay? Now it's time to rate that show. Barbara says 10 out of 10 yet again on a great streak of winning. Thank you, Barbara. 10 out of 10 from Barbara means it goes into the Hall of Fame. No notes. 1 out of 10, Hall of Shame. Not shagadelish, baby. Not Randy, not groovy. 9 out of 10 shagadelishes. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 8 missed calls from the International Space Station out of 10. I would never miss that one. 9.1 kids without phones out of 10. 20 out of 10. 9 small dead spider curses out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Peanuts. 10 chin gray hairs out of 10 chin gray hairs. That's hard to say. 7 phosphates out of 10. Thanks again to Sun State John, to stand by. Thank you to Sun State John, to CB Twisted, and to Cat BH for the gifted subscriptions. That is very, very much appreciated. Thank you for your support. 9 algae blooms out of 10. 10 working penises out of 10. I've got to go get Today I Learned, and we got to try to wrap this up in the very limited time we have left. Courtney's getting some basil out of her little garden. 9 ozone nano bubblers out of 10. That just sounds like some futuristic product that you could sell somebody. You want a ozone nano bubbler? Yes, please. Woo! This is going to be a short segment. 10 out of 10 Scottish people not drinking Bud Light. True. Dime show. Thank you, Carlos. 10 out of blue hot dogs. All right. Thank you, weed consumer. Don't want a short segment? You're going to get one. You're going to get one. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Tomorrow should be an interesting day. And that's when the announcement will be worked in, and then we'll be done with all the contract drama and head in the direction that will be laid out tomorrow in the announcement. God bless you all. Stay gold. Hit that like button. Support the show by subscribing to Secret Shows right now. And have a great and fantastic Wednesday. We will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place.
Shows and an all-new drone and fireworks show. Dive in and go from real to unreal at SeaWorld. Save up to 55% on tickets, fun cards, and passes during our 4th of July sale. Hurry, offer ends soon. Taxes, service fees, blackout dates, and other restrictions may apply.
When you've got a one-track mind, you go where the cravings take you.
Welcome to Racetrack.
Breakfast that satisfies. Snacks that sing. Drinks that refresh. It's a stop that pulls you in. We don't blame you for having a one-track mind, because once you stop at Racetrack, no other stop will do.
Same time tomorrow?
You know it. Racetrack. Whatever gets you going.
Please be advised. You may want to stop eating the following foods immediately: broccoli, kale, bean sprouts, blueberries, quinoa, spinach.
Wait, what? I thought those were good for me.
Turns out, not for everyone. Because what's healthy for one person can cause inflammation for another. And the only way to really know what your body needs is to listen to it.
Listen how?
That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple at-home gut health test that looks at your body's real-time biology using RNA to understand what's happening inside you right now. When your results come in, you'll learn exactly which foods to eat, which to avoid, and which supplements are right for you. All based on the world's largest RNA-based human biology database and thousands of clinical research studies. And many people who use Viome report more energy, better digestion, and a better mood within months. So stop guessing. Start knowing. Learn more at Viome.com/gut. V as in Victor, IOME.com/GUT. And use coupon code GUTHEALTH50 to save $50 off your purchase. Viome. Trust your gut.
iHeart's Yacht Rock Radio goes commercial-free every weekend. Smooth sailing with the greatest from the 70s and 80s. Just open the free iHeart app, search Yacht Rock, and start listening now.
Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts, and most Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by We Paint Everything. Visit WePaintEverything.com.
Real Radio. Real Radio. 104.1.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the new.
Make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. Thanks for being with us. Big announcement on the show tomorrow. Don't miss that. It's a big stream, big show tomorrow with this announcement. Do not miss a moment of the show to know about the future of the News Junkie. Real quickly, the story I was teasing. Police warn of a TikTok trend that could kill dogs. The police department in Macomb is saying that residents are warned of a TikTok trend that could end up killing pets. According to police, the trend involves throwing hot dogs that are filled with crushed up pills into backyards that house dogs. That is not a TikTok trend, okay? That is not
crime.
a TikTok. Yeah, it's just a crime. Nobody's doing that. And let's get out of here with the final Today I Learned for Wednesday, June 17, 2026. Today I learned this guy.
Oliver Tree.
That's right. Oliver Tree's producer friend was supposed to be on the helicopter flight that took his life, but he was way too scared of helicopters, so he passed. He said, I can't do it. I'm not going to go on the flight with you. And he says he owes his life to Oliver Tree. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you, Josh, for being with us.
Hey, you got it, buddy.
We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.